This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, January 26th. I'm Sam in for Tori. I'm here with Brandon and Al. Lindsay joining us from home. The struggle to get vaccinated is very real for many older Americans. We've been reading your stories, DBL Nation, but now there are reports that Hollywood elites are going to great lengths to game the system. Some are reportedly offering bribes of $10,000 to skip the lines. Others are trying to pose as healthcare workers or as staff at nursing homes. Some are even traveling great distances, going to areas where the shots are easier to get. Speaking of which, this wealthy Canadian couple has been accused of booking a private flight to a remote area of Canada, then posing as motel workers in order to get vaccines meant for Indigenous residents. They've been charged and they face up to 6 months in jail. I read this last night. I saw red. My stomach was sick. I immediately thought of, because I've been reading all of our viewer comments saying that, you know, one viewer saying, my 95-year-old mother, I cannot get her a vaccine. Or someone else saying, my autoimmune compromised 20-something-year-old college student can't get a vaccine. So when we have Hollywood or very wealthy people, Al, skipping the line, this is life or death. What should the consequences be, considering if 95-year-old grandmother out there doesn't get her vaccine because Mr. Hollywood does, and then she gets sick? What are the consequences?
Well, I mean, we need to break it down. When we're saying Mr. Hollywood or Mr., we're talking about the wealthy, the privileged.
Right.
And you have to remember that these stories we cover from day to day, Sam, Brandon, Lindsay, they mean something in the public in the public mindset. When you start talking about things like the Varsity Blues scandal,
yep.
What was the repercussions for that, Brandon? 9 days?
11.
8 days? That was the precedent we set as a culture, as a people. That is what the punishment you get for using your influence. So now we can't fall out of our chairs like we cannot believe that these wealthy people are taking advantage of that system. They go to Club Fed, those beautiful prisons. We interviewed a guy from Attica yesterday. So like when we start talking about outrage now, there was no outrage then. And because there was no outrage, the prison sentence reflected that, Brandon.
Hey, and you know what? I don't want to be a hypocrite here, because yesterday, you know, I tried to call out the elite. I tried to call out the wealthy on the sense that they don't care. But I'm not going to be a hypocrite. In DBL Nation, you shouldn't either. You know goodness well, if you were Mr. Hollywood or Mrs. Hollywood, or you had the money to get this vaccine, you would take it.
No, you wouldn't.
You would.
No, you wouldn't.
Sam,
London,
we would all take it. It's Sam, you know me. I wouldn't do what that couple did. That's evil. You know, they're going to have to answer to God for that. That's evil. But if I had the opportunity, especially with Dr. Fauci saying on Good Morning America and all these shows that there are so many unused doses that are going to waste, I would use my money and donate or try and give $500K to get that vaccine, but that money has to go somewhere. That charity, that money has to go somewhere. Because other than that, the unused doses, that's not going to grandma neither, though, Sam.
I know that's, listen, of course that's honest. That's what the show's about. And Lindsay, please jump in here, but I know you, Brandon. I know that you're also a person that thinks that you have a conscience and you think about karma. I know for me, of course there's the temptation because you want to protect your family, and at the end of the day, we're all survivalists. But I would not be able to go to bed at night knowing that healthcare workers, my sister is a healthcare worker, her husband is a healthcare worker, still waiting on their vaccines, have yet to get their vaccines. At least, Lindsay, the ultra wealthy have the privilege of staying in place, of ordering in food. They have that luxury.
I think it's just really about morals, like what we saw throughout the entire pandemic, like the people who didn't care and used their privilege kind of and just were willy-nilly versus the people who were in underserved communities that really had no choice and were kind of exposed to the virus and really dying at rapid rates. And so at this point, like you said, you have all the privilege to be able to stay in the house and protect yourself. And unless you have a pre-existing condition that's making you be wealthy and also have to get in dire need of the vaccine, then really you should just wait and just have like a moral compass in this. But I also think it's contradictory that as a country, we sit back and watch the NBA and watch the NFL, and this is no offense to Brandon or anybody that loves sports, but we watch them and they all were able to get tested at a quicker rate than anybody else in the country. And we just said, praise that, because we wanted to watch our football, we wanted to watch our basketball. And so what do you think is going to happen with the vaccine? The same thing. And so we allow it and give it to a pass to certain groups and organizations that entertain us, but then on the other hand, we're shaming an entire group of people who take it upon themselves to do the same exact thing. So it's just confusing to me.
Well, something needs to be done.
So thank you for proving my point.
Something needs to be done, and something is being done in Canada. That couple faces 6 months. So I hope that there's a precedent here in America. And
they'll be able to get a great lawyer, and they'll be exonerated, or they'll do 9 days.
I think this is different. I disagree with all of you here. I think this is different, and I think when it comes to life and death, and someone in law enforcement, when they lose their 95-year-old mother because someone else with wealth took that vaccine, so to speak, from them, I definitely think that there'll be some sort of consequences.
I'm not talking about taking it away from someone's grandmother. I'm talking about this came out of Anthony Fauci's. This is coming from Anthony Fauci's mouth. There are unused doses. If that rich person is not getting it, the 98-year-old grandmother isn't getting that either.
Put the unused doses aside. There's still a line, and no one should be cutting the line from the people that are at most risk or are healthcare workers that have to go to work every day, frontline workers, as opposed to the ultra wealthy who literally have the privilege of sitting at home on their couches ordering in food. I have comments here. I'm glad we're having this conversation, though, and I appreciate the debate. Mike says, I'm sure money talks, and they got plenty of it. Too bad they all can't come together to help the very same people that made them rich and help people now. Lori says, not much you can do. It's not just celebs, happening all over. All right, well, good conversation. Please continue to write in. We want to hear from you, especially those personal stories. Moving on to former Trump official Kellyanne Conway and her 16-year-old daughter. Their troubles seem to be getting worse. So Kellyanne is accused of posting a topless photo of her teenage daughter on Twitter yesterday. The photo was reportedly posted by Kellyanne's account to a new Twitter Fleets feature, which deletes posts after 24 hours. Claudia posted a video reacting to the news on TikTok. Take a look.
I'm assuming that when my mom took my phone, anytime she's taken it, because she takes it all the time, she took a picture of that. So that was on her phone. And I guess she accidentally posted it or somebody hacked her, but nobody would ever have any photo like that, ever. So Kellyanne, you're going to jail.
Wow, Lindsay, I know we have to be delicate here. Claudia is a minor. If these allegations are true, I can only imagine not only is this revenge porn, but pedophilia because she's a minor. Now, we don't know all the details. We don't know if there was a hack involved. We don't know. Some people are conspiring, saying maybe Claudia is involved. Others are saying Kellyanne did this. We do not know. If this is true, what do you think will happen? And also, if she was hacked, what are some of the fears that you have in regard to that and minors?
I just think the bigger issue to me is the back and forth that they've been having, that the police have come to their house, that the daughter is obviously crying for help on social media, that Kellyanne took so long to step down from her post when her daughter was obviously in need of some communication that was not on social media. And so the fact that they're at this point where she's saying that her mom even had pictures in her phones allegedly to bribe her, it's just a really sad story to watch this play out publicly for that family. And I really hope that they both sit down and communicate and talk to a therapist or somebody that can really come in and try to assist in this situation, because it's so blown out of proportion. And this is like a real family that's publicly, not only getting shamed and humiliated, but also it just has to hurt that her mom is somebody that she constantly feels like she needs to cry out to the public to get attention from.
You know, I'm glad you said that, Lindsay, because you know what? The first thing I thought when that movie Traffic with Michael Douglas, well, Michael Douglas is the Supreme Court judge, and he's been tapped in to fight the war on drugs. But his own daughter was using heroin, and she was doing all those egregious things behind his back. We look at these politicians, and they're always on TV saying, oh, you should have these values, pump these values. And then you open up the lid to their own house, and you see that they're they're just like us. So I don't understand why we're always pitting each other up against each other and this party this and red this and blue this when we're all the exact same, Al.
Social media, Brandon, has let everybody into everybody's life. And we have to look at a story like this. We see a family in crisis. You got Daily Blast Live is going to make me defend Kellyanne Conway here. I love this show, but I hate this show for that. I believe that Kellyanne Conway will lie for a check. I believe she will stare right in your face and say something she does not believe to be true. But there are levels to this, Brandon, Lindsay, Sam. And posting a nude photo of your daughter is a level way beyond.
Yeah.
So we have to give her the benefit of the doubt that she is still a human,
Yeah.
and that she was hacked. Yeah. They are public. It's easy. I'm sure her phone isn't difficult to crack. I'm going to be able to sleep tonight hoping that she was hacked, Sam.
I really do hope that she was hacked, but at the end of the day, regardless of what happened, my heart aches for Claudia, considering that she is a minor and she has topless photos out there.
And that
is
family.
The most, yeah. Unbelievable.
Sad.
We'll have to follow that story. Lindsay, stick around. Coming up on DBL, we are tackling the latest COVID-19 headlines with our medical expert, Dr. Payal Kohli. Could one of the vaccines be harmful to pregnant women? And does swearing do the body good? The reasons why cursing can actually be beneficial to your health. Next. Welcome back to DBL. For the longest time, swearing was seen as low class and vulgar, but it might actually be good for you. Studies show cussing may be a sign of intelligence, especially knowing when it's appropriate to swear or not. Studies have also linked profanity with honesty. Swearing also improves your tolerance for pain. Remember that next time you stub your toe, okay? And cussing is also associated with creativity. Finally, profanity could also have an evolutionary benefit. People who hurl bad words instead of punches are more likely to survive. Ooh.
What do you think the origin of punches is? Cursing.
Huh?
What?
When people curse at you, that's when punches start flying. A lot of people don't like that, B.
No, but a lot of people have a lot of bark, no bite, so they curse so they don't have to punch.
Until they do.
No, I'm not with you on this one, Al. I disagree with you.
What?
Lindsay, are you...
Okay.
Lindsay, are you one to, for me, when I use certain profanities, it just makes me feel that much more empowered, that much more excited. What about you, girl?
Listen, I'm from New York, so we curse about anything. People cut us off the road. Like, I had to try very hard as I pursued this career in media to tone it down, tone the New York down, and really just, you know, be professional. And so, yeah, I curse all the time, but I have to really watch my mouth. And I consider what I say.
Lindsay, here's my point. You and Colin are out to dinner in a post-COVID world, and some guy calls you out your name at the bar. how's that going to work out for him?
Oh, well, Colin would do the second thing, the punch in.
Yes, that's my point.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying it heightens situations that might not need, because certain people, I do not react well to that. Joking around all day, I could care less. But directed at somebody I love,
Yes.
whether it be Brandon or Sam or Lindsay, it's going to be a problem. And that's why I try and watch what I say, because you don't know what word
I
could
agree
set
with
someone
what Brandon
off.
said about people doing that being really small. Like if you're cursing, telling a story or something, I understand. But if you're at a restaurant, and you start getting loud, calling somebody out their name, I really think that it shows, it's almost laughable to me. I think Colin and I would honestly laugh in their face.
Totally agree with all of you, but we're only focusing on that one negative part of the study.
It was the fun part of the study.
No, the other parts are saying if you curse that you are intelligent, if you curse you're very creative. Of course, if you're doing it
But wouldn't that mean that you had a lack of words and adjectives to describe what you want to say, so you have to use a filler word?
Yeah.
You can use it as a preface.
Yes, but you could also use the other 25,000 words that instead of
Albert Jackson, I can't even begin with you, considering how many times have I hung out with you casually, and every other word sometimes
Is
Albert
what?
Jackson. Albert.
Al.
Yeah,
Even in the group chat.
Yes, they'll be flying around there with family, but not
That's
out
what
in
we're talking
public.
about. That's what we're talking about. I'm not saying that you need to go to a bar and hurl an insult at somebody because they don't like the Cleveland Browns.
Ooh.
See, now that almost got a beat right there.
Offense right there.
Wow. Coming up on DBL, Dr. Pyle Coley returns to discuss the latest news in the coronavirus pandemic. Don't miss her vital information coming up next. Welcome back to DBL. The Biden administration's plan to administer 100 million COVID-19 vaccines in its first 100 days just got kicked up a notch. Yesterday, President Biden announced he believes the country can administer 1.5 million shots a day in the coming weeks for a total of 150 million vaccinations in the next 100 days. So we've got our Dr. Pyle Coley joining us live.
Yay.
Hey, doctor. Okay, so what do you think of this updated plan? Is it doable? Do you wish it would be more vaccines, less vaccines? What would Dr. Coley do?
You know, if you had asked me a week ago, I would say that even, 100 million is ambitious. But where we are today, I'm actually feeling this is very doable. And the higher we keep pushing that ceiling, the more we're going to get those vaccines into those arms. So if you look at the trend of what we've been doing since December 14th when we started vaccinating, it's really shown a nice increase in the number of vaccines we're giving each week. In fact, just last week, we gave an average of 1.25 million doses every day. So I think we're getting ever closer And the reason is because we figured out what we need to make this a reality. We need just two simple things. We need the vaccines and we need the vaccinators. So the vaccines haven't really been a problem because the supply chain has not been disrupted. And many companies have now committed to delivering several 100 million doses in the next couple of months. So I don't see that being a problem. It's really the vaccinators, the facilities, the people, the logistics that has proven to be a problem. But we've now seen more mass vaccination sites being rolled out. So I think this will all become a reality very soon.
All right, some good news. I'm sorry, you have to give me a second, Doc. It's like it's been some months, so I'm like, wait,
I know I'm usually the bearer of bad news. I'm usually the bearer of bad news, so I mixed it up a little today.
I love it. Let's go with that. Now, the World Health Organization says the Moderna vaccine should not be given to pregnant women. What do you think about this?
It's interesting. So this warning is based on the fact that we have a lack of data. What we do know, Al, is that pregnant women have a higher risk of having a serious COVID illness. We also have some data actually that snuck in because some of the people in the Pfizer trial were pregnant and didn't know it, but ended up getting the vaccine. And then they went on to have normal pregnancies and deliver normal, healthy babies. So I actually feel different from the World Health Organization. I think if you're a pregnant woman with a high risk of exposure, if you're a pregnant woman with a lot of serious underlying medical problems, or if you're pregnant with average risk but late in your pregnancy, you really should talk to your obstetrician about getting it, because with the virus raging in the community, the vaccine is one of the ways in which we can protect these women.
Wow, that's two good newses in a row.
We're 2 for 2 right now, Dr. Coley.
Two for two.
Are
you ready for number 3?
I'm on the wheel right here. So I hear that there's a drug that's normally used to treat gout that could help patients with mild cases stay out of the hospital. Could you elaborate on that?
Dr. Coley, we just talked about this, you and I, last night. To our viewers. Yeah, Dr. Coley's been helping my family out. And Dr. Coley, please speak to it.
Yeah, this is really, really, really good news, guys. So this is a drug called colchicine, which has been around for decades, so we know it's safe. It's usually used in gout. It's an anti-inflammatory. And what we're learning is if you give it to people who test positive by PCR for COVID early in the course of their illness, you can reduce their chance of getting into the hospital by 25%, reduce their chance of getting on a ventilator by 50%, and reduce their risk of dying by 44%. So this is a drug that's available, that's well tolerated, that we can give to outpatients and really change the trajectory of things. So I was so excited to hear this because it's the first oral drug that's available to outpatients as prevention. And I'm really hoping that Al will give me a silver lining shout out for this one because it's just such good news.
Y'all. We needed this today. This is just all good. This isn't even a silver lining. So let's get out of the segment now.
We love you, Dr. Coley. Thank you.
Thanks, Doc.
We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
This is the route Rachel Cook took for her morning jog 18 years ago. Nature's Trail near her home, northwest of Georgetown. Jogging came naturally to Rachel, an accomplished cross-country runner, home for the holidays from her college classes in California. Vanished. Almost immediately, a search by volunteers, every square foot along that road, inside hidden places, by foot and by horseback. No sign of Rachel.
Welcome back to DBL. You see them all the time. Sweepstakes or contests for a free brand new car. But if you win, should you keep it or should you just take the cash instead? So we're going to chat about it in today's DBL Drive, sponsored by CarShield. So if you're lucky enough to win a new car, be prepared to give Uncle Sam his cut. Winners often pay 1/3 the amount, yes, 1/3 of the new ride in taxes. This burden can be a nightmare, but if you don't want to deal with the hassle, you can actually opt for getting the cash value of the car instead. You still have to pay the same taxes, but at least you'll have the money up front. When it comes to your car, for peace of mind, get an auto protection card with CarShield. CarShield protects their members from the high cost of auto repairs. Call 1-800-505-9619 for a free quote.
My mother told me growing up, nothing in life is free, y'all.
No.
Nothing in life
What
is
about
free.
love? Oh.
Sweet.
And it's not. It's super expensive. It is.
Wow, and you almost had it, Al.
Yeah.
Almost.
Sam going on $5 dates.
DBL's new every day. We'll see you same time, same place.
Talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
Cutting in line to get the COVID vaccine, the sneaky ways the Hollywood elite are hoping to snag the shot before everyone else. What should happen to these people if they get caught? Kellyanne Conway is accused of posting a topless photo of her 16-year-old daughter on Twitter. Was she really using it as blackmail against Claudia? Piers Morgan calls out Elizabeth Hurley for a sexy photo she posted online.
What is all this? It's what we call in the business, I call it thirsty.
Does he have a point? Or is this just ageist mom shaming? And and a famous phone call. Why Morgan Freeman might want to have a word with you.
It is considered impolite to microwave fish in small places.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, January 26th. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Erica joining us from home. Let's get right to it because the struggle to get vaccinated is very real for many older Americans. In fact, we've been reading your very stories, DBL Nation. But now there are reports that Hollywood elites are going to great lengths to game the system. Some are reportedly offering bribes of $10,000 to skip the lines. Others are trying to pose as healthcare workers or as staff at nursing homes. Some are even traveling great distances, going to areas where the shots are easier to get. Speaking of which, this wealthy Canadian couple has been accused of booking a private flight to a remote area of Canada, then posing as motel workers in order to get vaccines meant for Indigenous residents. They have been charged and they face up to 6 months in jail. Jeff, what do you make of this, and what do you think should happen to people if they get caught?
Well, I think that last story about the couple in Canada is the extreme, right? Of course they should go to. What do you mean you don't know about that?
Meaning the extreme that you don't think other people are doing this?
Yeah. This is a very extreme case.
You mean going and posing as people?
Yes, and traveling on a private jet. That's very extreme, right? They should definitely be punished. My take on this is nobody wants to jump lines, right? It's your character at stake here. And when we say Hollywood elites, we don't know who's doing this, right? This is kind of clickbaity to me when you say Hollywood elites. That, regardless who's doing it, it's your character on the line. My thing is if people are willing to pay $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 for vaccines, use them. Use that $100,000. Let them, if they are in Hollywood elite, do it on camera. Show there's nothing wrong with the vaccine. I'm an advocate for the vaccine. Here's $100,000. I'm going to give it back to the vaccine so we can make more of them and be an advocate for the vaccine. Other than trying to get it almost black market style. That I do not like. Cutting lines for people who need it, that I do not like.
Hey, look, I feel you. You know, my whole issue with this entire thing that we're discussing, Jeff and Erica, is just that not only the Hollywood elites, but that we act like that money does not bring privilege. It allows people to do this, and we allow that as citizens. We do not have pushback when we had the Varsity Blues. There was a prison sentence handed down, but we didn't really dig into that story, find out how far it went back. We understand that rich people will be in first class. Rich people
I disagree with you.
They will use you. What else do you use money for, Sam? You use your money to get to where you want to be.
I agree with the both of you, and Erica chime in the sense that it's egregious. It makes me sick. We're dealing with life and death here. So if one of our viewers, 95-year-old mothers, is having trouble getting the vaccine, and then you find out Joe Schmo with all this money is skipping the line when they have the privilege to stay at home because they have the wealth and opulence. They can order food. Who knows? Maybe they have a private chef. I don't know. It's life or death. So I disagree with Al, Eric, in the sense that I do think there was pushback for Varsity Blues. We did see some harsh consequences, maybe not as long as prison sentences that we all had hoped, but both of their careers definitely suffered. And I do think that there is going to be pushback if we find out certain celebrities or certain wealthy people are skipping the line in front of healthcare workers and the elderly. I guarantee you there's going to be pushback and consequences, Erica, and there should be.
Well, for sure there will be pushback, but are the consequences going to be more egregious than their inconvenience? They don't care about anybody's 95-year-old mother. They don't care about people who don't have the opulence and luxuries that they have. We're talking about a triage situation here. So essentially, if you're jumping the line and getting the vaccine before someone who may need it just to survive another month, then of course, as Jeff said, that's on your character, but will the consequences be something that is going to end their livelihoods? And more than likely, it's not. We are triaging this situation. That means the most imminent cases need to go first. A lot of people don't see the things that we're seeing at this point because they don't understand that for some people, this may have been the last Christmas. This may have been like one of the last few times that you were able to spend these special moments with your family.
every single year for a lot of people is another day that they're not going to be, or closer to the time that they're not going to be here. This is a very serious situation. So if you're the type of person that would jump the line and put your health prioritize over people who might just want to spend one last Thanksgiving with their family, then the punishment that's going to happen on this earth is nothing compared to the punishment that will happen after. I guarantee it.
Amen. Wow. Okay, so moving on to former Trump official Kellyanne Conway and her 16-year-old daughter, their troubles seem to be getting worse. Kellyanne is accused of posting a topless photo of her teenage daughter on Twitter yesterday. The photo was reportedly posted by Kellyanne's account to a new Twitter Fleets feature, which deletes posts after 24 hours. Well, earlier today, Claudia posted a video to TikTok saying she didn't think her mom posted the photo intentionally. Take a look.
I have faith, and I know that my mother would never put something like that on the internet, as well as me. We would never do that. I will be taking a break from social media because we are really tired of being headlines, and we fight like mothers and daughters, but being in the public eye exacerbates that greatly, and it adds a lot of stress to both of our lives, and I don't want that.
So originally, Claudia had accused her mother of keeping the picture to use against her at some point, like blackmail, and speculated that someone hacked her mother's phone. So police are investigating, okay? They were at the house today, according to reports. Al, very serious story here. We're dealing with a minor. To post topless photos of a minor is going to come with jail time, as it should. We've seen a change in Claudia's behavior, though. Her earlier TikTok video said, "I want my mom to go to jail," for alleging that her mother did this. Now we're seeing her changing her tune. I hope her mom didn't do this. I hope this was a hack. I feel bad that Claudia is the victim here, but at the end of the day, there's something has just changed in the last half hour, and I'm not so sure what that is. Okay, before we even talk about this, Sam, we have to decide as viewers how you interpret this. I have to interpret that, even though I don't agree with a lot of Kellyanne Conway's stances, Jeff, she is a human being. That is a mother that loved this child, that birthed this child. I have to believe that Kellyanne Conway did not send a naked picture to her Twitter followers. Let's just start there. If we find out she did, we'll talk. That'll be our lead story tomorrow. What we're talking about here, if my math is correct, guys, is now this is the second time the police have been at their home in 3 weeks. This is a family in crisis, and this is what happens, like Erica said, when you allow the outside world to penetrate the walls of your home. There is something very wrong in that house, and it's between this mother, her father, and the daughter, and now that everybody's involved, Twitter hackers are involved, Jeff, and now there's a naked picture of your daughter on the internet. So now we need to look at this moment and walk backwards and say, how did we get here?
Yeah, I don't want to just repeat what you said, Al, but I would look at we talked about this the other day, and when you say Kellyanne Conway, it gets very divisive, right? Not divisive, divisive.
You can say either.
Could I say either? Because I'm going to make a mistake and say divisive.
You can say either or either.
Ooh, there you go. So that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is I look at every story not for who they are or what they've done in their past, but as a father, right? As a parent. I can't believe that someone would post a picture of their daughter naked and post it on the internet, right, for everybody to see. But there's molesters out there, there's rapists, there's people who do bad. In my head, I don't fathom how someone could do that, and especially to their own kid. Maybe I'm naive in that sense, but if they really want to stay away from the headlines, they need to stop posting. I understand you want to stick up for yourself. It's terrible that a under 18-year-old child is naked on the internet and those pictures are out there forever. But I mean, you got to dial it back. You got to handle this in-house. You can't keep putting things on the internet. Otherwise, you're going to keep doing headlines.
Well said. Erica, do you think that they will be able to all of them? I mean, her dad just posted as well, dial back from social media?
I think everybody needs to take a break. Everybody just needs to take a break and sit somewhere. We do not need to know. We were all teenagers once. We know how crazy things can get. We don't need to know. Just everybody take a break. Go away.
Yeah, please.
I think some accounts need to be deleted, Sam.
I know. Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll have to follow that story. Erica, do not go away. Coming up on DBL, we are tackling the latest COVID-19 headlines with our medical expert, Dr. Payal Kohli. Could one of the vaccines be harmful to pregnant women? Plus, singer Billie Eilish gets real about her body image. The lengths she takes to stay thin, or took rather to stay thin, might surprise you. And does swearing do the body good? The reasons why cursing can actually be beneficial to your health, coming up next.
Politics can be messy, and misinformation is everywhere. That's why the Verify team goes to the vetted experts to get you the facts. Debbie from West Virginia asked us this, quote, if Donald Trump's trial for impeachment starts after he's out of office, is he responsible for his own legal fees? Or do taxpayers bear the burden? So let's verify. Do our tax dollars pay for President Trump's legal fees? And what about the rest of the impeachment trial? Here are our sources. Robert Peck from the Center for Constitutional Litigation, Paul Schiff-Berman from the George Washington University Law School, and Stephen Eilish from Taxpayers for Common Sense, which is a spending watchdog. Let's start with Trump's legal fees.
The public official being impeached does not have a right to have the government pay for it.
He has to pay for his defense out of his own money.
No taxpayer dollars are going to go to paying President Trump's legal fees.
And our experts explain that this was also the case during the first impeachment trial. President Trump's attorney fees were not covered by taxpayers.
Last time around, it was the Republican National Committee that raised the funds. It's possible that they're doing so again.
So we could verify that no, taxpayers are not on the hook for President Trump's legal fees. As for all the other costs related to the impeachment, our experts say it's mostly covered already. That's because members of Congress, senators, and all their staff are covered by salaries.
But really, the only cost will be senators' sleep time.
The House Judiciary Committee did bring on 2 lawyers on a consulting basis, but our tax expert says that will be paid out of the operations account.
The funding is all it's all baked in. It's not like they're having to grab extra cash to do this.
From here at the Capitol, this is Evan Kozloff with your Verify.
Welcome back to DBL. For the longest time, swearing was seen as low class and vulgar, but it might actually be good for you. Studies show cussing may be a sign of intelligence, especially knowing when it's appropriate to swear or not. Studies have also linked profanity with honesty. Swearing also improves your tolerance for pain. Remember that next time you stub your toe. And cussing is also associated with creativity. Finally, profanity could also have an evolutionary benefit. People who hurl bad words instead of punches are more likely to survive.
I don't know about that.
I'm down with this.
Yeah?
I'm down with this. Yeah, I swear a lot. I do. Not on camera, surprisingly. I don't know how I've never dropped one. But it does it's a lot more assertive. You get your point across in a quicker amount of time. On anger and on happiness, both, right? Like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that.
Yeah.
You tell them real excited, right?
Right.
But all at the same time, if you're like, don't around, you know I mean business, right?
Yeah.
So it's very assertive. Tony Robbins actually swears a lot in his motivational speeches, and it was surprising to me because it's so like taboo, you know, especially to the older generations, no disrespect. But he does, and he does it to emphasize his points.
Jeff, here's my only pushback to that. It's like you're saying.
I don't want to hear it out.
You're saying, this is what I do to get my point across. This is what I do to let somebody know I'm not messing around. What we never factor in is what the other person's going to do. And some people, when they hear language like "I'm not blanking around," that is a trigger for them. Fighting words for some people. Whereas I'd be like, all right, this guy's really mad.
Well, I think
let's focus on the positive.
I think if you're toe to toe with somebody, it doesn't really matter what you say. You're going to fight.
First of all, I love that Al is acting like, I mean, we all know that we've hung out with one another, Erica, a lot. And we all know how we talk off air, right? So I think positively speaking, though, it can really make, to Jeff's point, like, if I'm going to say this lasagna is so good or this lasagna is so beeping good, you know you're going to eat the lasagna more if I say the latter.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to eat the lasagna regardless. But I do think Al has a really great point. It is about interpersonal communications. My husband and I grew up very differently when it came to swearing. Like in my home, we did not swear. Like that was grounds for losing an entire summer of your life. But in my husband's home, it was a little bit more lenient. So when sometimes he'll say something and I'm like, was that really necessary? Like it just feels like aggressive. But it's just a difference in interpersonal communication.
Let me say two things. Did you ever hear the meaning of the F word from George Carlin?
Yes.
First of all, Google it. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. It means so many things. So it's the word that means the most things in English language. Second of all, are you watching a movie on HBO or are you watching it on CBS? You're watching it on HBO because they drop some bombs and it's funnier.
Jeff comes in with a late knockout punch. That's a good point. Dude, I'll just say this. As a comic, I tried not to curse, and here's why. Early in my career, when you're young and you're kind of nervous up there, you're just saying things to get a reaction. You realize as you move forward with your career, comics you've never heard of make a ton of dough because they have a clean act, and you can take that everywhere. You can go to corporations, you can go to churches.
Point.
So I'm just saying cursing will lose you money.
Well, it's even just as parents.
I would have just made one right now. It would have been hilarious.
Yes, and we would have gone viral.
But as parents, though, we have to bite our tongues all the time.
Or you tell your kids about it, right?
No,
I've dropped a couple.
Really?
I'm going to be parent shaming. Go ahead. I'm fat too.
I'm coming through.
But you have to tell you don't say that. Only daddy says that, right? Don't pretend like no one's done it.
Boundaries.
Ooh, perfect parents. Here comes the Pistons.
I've been there, Jeff. I've been there. Coming up on DBL, British TV host Piers Morgan calls Liz Hurley's sexy post creepy and thirsty. Does he have a point, or is he just hating? And Dr. Piakoli returns to discuss the latest news in the coronavirus pandemic. Don't miss her vital information next.
Nearly 100.
This is the route Rachel Cook took for her morning jog 18 years ago. Nature's Trail near her home, northwest of Georgetown. Jogging came naturally to Rachel, an accomplished cross-country runner, home for the holidays from her college classes in California. Vanished. Almost immediately, a search by volunteers, every square foot along that road, inside hidden places, by foot and by horseback. No sign of Rachel.
Welcome back to DBL. Yesterday, President Biden announced he believes the country can administer 1.5 million shots a day in the coming weeks for a total of 150 million vaccinations in the next 100 days. Earlier, Al, Brandon, and I checked in with our medical expert, Dr. Piakoli, on her thoughts about this extended vaccination plan. Take a look. Okay, so what do you think of this updated plan? Is it doable? Do you wish it would be more vaccines, less vaccines? What would Dr. Coley do?
You know, if you had asked me a week ago, I would say that even, 100 million is ambitious. But where we are today, I'm actually feeling this is very doable. And the higher we keep pushing that ceiling, the more we're going to get those vaccines into those arms. So if you look at the trend of what we've been doing since December 14th when we started vaccinating, it's really shown a nice increase in the number of vaccines we're giving each week. In fact, just last week, we gave an average of 1.25 million doses every day. So I think we're getting ever closer. And the reason is because we figured out what we need to make this a reality. We need just two simple things. We need the vaccines and we need the vaccinators. So the vaccines haven't really been a problem because the supply chain has not been disrupted. And many companies have now committed to delivering several hundred billion doses in the next couple of months. So I don't see that being a problem. It's really the vaccinators, the facilities, the people, the logistics that has proven to be a problem. But we've now seen more mass vaccination sites being rolled out. So I think this will all become a reality very soon.
All right, some good news. I'm sorry, you have to give me a second, Doc. It's like it's been some months, so I'm like, wait.
I know I'm usually the bearer of bad news. I'm usually the bearer of bad news, so I mixed it up a little today.
I love it, Graham. Let's go with that. Now, the World Health Organization says the Moderna vaccine should not be given to pregnant women. What do you think about this?
It's interesting. So this warning is based on the fact that we have a lack of data. What we do know, Al, is that pregnant women have a higher risk of having a serious COVID illness. We also have some data actually that snuck in because some of the people in the Pfizer trial were pregnant and didn't know it, but ended up getting the vaccine. And then they went on to have normal pregnancies and deliver normal, healthy babies. So I actually feel different from the World Health Organization. I think if you're a pregnant woman with a high risk of exposure, if you're a pregnant woman with a lot of serious underlying medical problems, or if you're pregnant with average risk but late in your pregnancy, you really should talk to your obstetrician about getting it. Because with the virus raging in the community, the vaccine is one of the ways in which we can protect these women.
Wow, that's two good newses in a row.
We're 2 for 2 right now, Dr. Coley.
Two for two. Are you ready
for
number 3?
I'm on the wheel right here. So I hear that there's a drug that's normally used to treat gout that could help patients with mild cases stay out of the hospital. Could you elaborate on that?
Dr. Coley, we just talked about this, you and I, last night. To our viewers. Yeah, Dr. Coley's been helping my family out. And Dr. Coley, please speak to it.
Yeah, this is really, really, really good news, guys. So this is a drug called colchicine, which has been around for decades, so we know it's safe. It's usually used in gout. It's an anti-inflammatory. And what we're learning is if you give it to people who test positive by PCR for COVID early in the course of their illness, you can reduce their chance of getting into the hospital by 25%, reduce their chance of getting on a ventilator by 50%, and reduce their risk of dying by 44%. So this is a drug that's available, that's well tolerated, that we can give to outpatients and really change the trajectory of things. So I was so excited to hear this because it's the first oral drug that's available to outpatients as prevention. And I'm really hoping that Al will give me a silver lining shout out for this one because it's just such good news.
Y'all. We needed this today. This is just all good. This isn't even a silver lining. So let's get out of the segment now.
We love you, Dr. Coley. Thank you.
Thanks, Doc.
We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
at Gill.com.
Here are sources: JoeBiden.com, Neil McCluskey, the director of the Center for Educational Freedom at the Cato Institute, and Drew Anderson, an associate economist at the Rand Corporation. Let's start with the Biden campaign website. Nowhere on the site does he promise to cancel or forgive all federal student loan debt. Instead, part of his platform is making something called the Income-Based Repayment Program easier to enroll in.
But it's capping your payments so that you never pay more than 5% of your discretionary income. And it, just like forgiveness, it would have a cost to taxpayers because we will recoup less of the student debt.
So let's break down that proposal. Those making under $25,000 won't need to make any payments and won't accrue any interest. Anyone making more than that will pay 5% of their discretionary income over $25,000 towards their loans. And after making payments for 20 years, the remainder of your loan would be 100% forgiven. McCluskey says that President Biden has also discussed several other ideas relating to student loans. That includes offering $10,000 of forgiveness as part of COVID relief and offering more debt relief to those who work in public service.
He has other forgiveness programs and ideas that he's talked about, but those are the main ones. So he's not talking about this really big dollar figure that a lot of people have probably seen of $50,000 and done by executive order. He wants to work through Congress, and he's looking at smaller proposals than that.
So we can verify that President Biden has not proposed fully forgiving all federal student loans, although he has suggested plans to reduce student loan payments for many Americans. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozloff.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Okay, so we have a number of comments in regard to Claudia Conway. Nita says, if she's a minor, why does she have topless photos anyway? Alan says, her daughter craves attention. Claudia is not a victim. Steven says, Kellyanne just needs to follow the rest of the Trump administration and go away. Stop doing stupid stuff to stay relevant. Listen, I just hope this family can somehow work it out, because you wouldn't want to wish it on anybody.
No.
If you're leaving us, you can catch the second half of the show on Facebook or YouTube. You can also chat with other viewers and with the host during the commercials, and we'll read your comments on TV like we just did. Here's what's coming up. Billie Eilish is opening up about her body image struggles and being body shamed. And why is Piers Morgan coming for Liz Hurley and her sexy post? DBL's new every day. We'll be right back.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Erica joining us from home. Okay, so Billie Eilish is opening up about what she calls her, quote, horrible body relationship. In the March issue of Vanity Fair, the 19-year-old singer says she has always been insecure about her body. She says in her early teens, she would starve herself and take diet pills, which caused her to wet the bed. Billie says she started wearing baggy clothes to hide her figure. She also talks about being victimized online after photos of her wearing a tank top went viral. She told Vanity Fair during that time she thought she was the only one hating on her body, but then saw that the internet hated it as well. Oh, listen, we all deal with our own insecurities, but to know that our teenagers today, on top of self-loathing or being insecure, have to deal with the criticism and bullying that happens on social media is absolutely heartbreaking.
I want to hear from you and Erica, because you're talking about teenagers today. I'm sure you guys grew up with this.
Oh yeah, I mean, Erica, chime in, please. I know that, when I was a teenager, I was always and people won't have sympathy for this, but I was skinny shamed because I was so skinny. It took me forever to go through puberty. I finally went through puberty, I feel like in college. So I just felt embarrassed. I would stuff my bra. There was one time I was wearing a V-neck shirt and I bent over and all my paper towel balls fell out and I was mortified. I love that Jeff is smiling and Al's concerned.
That's so sad.
It was mortifying. Nobody even said anything. The bell rang and it just I'm sure they all said something behind my back. But for me, I was embarrassed of being too skinny. And then as I got older, and I hope that with time with Billie Eilish, as you get older, you get more comfortable in your skin. And even now, even though I'm thin, I'll look at my really loose, saggy tummy, but then I'll remember I carried 2 children in this tummy. And then I'll look at my very deflated boobs, and then I'll say, you know what? I'm feeding miles with those boobs. So, you know what? I'm empowered now.
For the record, I could say that too. It won't be true, but I could say it.
I'm empowered now, Erica, but it took 20-something years to get here. What about you, Erica?
Yeah, I do think that age has something to do with it. I mean, hopefully as you get older, you, one, understand what's happening with your body and you appreciate it for what it is, which is far bigger than anything it could be aesthetically. I do think growing up, I think there is a difference when it comes to different cultures. I didn't really grow up with body issues, but I know some of my girlfriends who were white or other ethnicities that may have had more of a focus on body image issues did struggle a lot. I had a lot of friends who developed eating disorders, and that was something that I just never understood where that was coming from. My family didn't focus on that, but as I got older, I did start to value a little bit more, especially when I started doing fitness competitions. That changed my entire mindset of what was, good enough and what wasn't. And it took me a few years to really not only regulate my body, but also regulate my mind.
Yeah, they go hand in hand. But this is something that men and boys go through too. What about you?
Yeah, for sure. I'm not to the point where I'm taking pills or harming myself, right? So I know there's different levels to this. But who don't you know? Who don't you know? Name one person when you're like, you want to lose 5 or 10 pounds over the holidays? Every single person I know is like, I could lose 5 or 10 pounds, right? Especially with COVID, everyone's home, they're not as active as they used to be. Everyone wants to drop 5 or 10 pounds. So this is relatable, maybe not to the sense where you're harming yourself with pills. I take off my shirt, I'm like, man, I really am Big Jeff now. You know what happened to old Jeff? Like man boobs, you got a little back fat, things aren't where they're supposed to be. Well, I mean, you have some insecurities. You're laughing a little too hard down there.
I'm laughing because you laughed at my paper towel balls falling out.
I think Sam, you should have been right on top of it and just as soon as that happened, just started cleaning the floor and been like, oh, I'm just down here helping.
Yeah, or just I got a nosebleed and put it in there.
But no,
I think it's healthy to talk it out and say, so people are like, wait, I have the same thing.
I think, Jeff, what happens is it happens at a young age.
Yes.
I taught middle school science. I taught middle school for 5 years, so I saw the interactions of 12-year-olds, and Everyone. If you're a boy that doesn't develop quickly and you're 4'5", and the other boys are kind of sprouting up over the summer, you're going to get messed with. The girls that are developing quickly get messed with. The girls that don't develop at all get messed with. If you grow and you're 6'2" in the 7th grade and kind of skinny and lurchy, you know, you're going to get messed. So it's like it doesn't matter. Your body is going to be attacked.
Why'd you make a face? You said skinny and lurchy, and Sam made like a face.
The lurchy part just.
No, there is like when you're because you literally your joints have not caught up with the rest of your body yet.
You're right. Believe me, we all can relate, but there is a whole other caveat with social media today, and the fact that there's this unrealistic image that we see constantly on Instagram.
Sure.
I can't imagine what these teens are going through because everybody is with different filters and Photoshop, and I really hope that somehow we can ensure that there's some sort of protocols when it comes to posting on social media. I can't stand you two. What is wrong with you
Jeff starts
guys?
giggling, and then I start giggling, and then I get in trouble.
Al used lurchy as a
I know, and then Jeff's been laughing about that.
That's like a warm blanket, huh? A little lurchy. What are you going to do, Ted?
You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like a big...
lanky.
Lanky. That was the word I was looking for.
Yes. That was me.
Yes.
Definitely lanky. Okay, so Elizabeth Hurley appears to have no problem showing off her body, but is now facing backlash for it. The 55-year-old model, wow, she looks fantastic. She recently posted these photos on Instagram, okay, wearing a fur coat, hopefully a faux one. And little else, she captioned the post writing, "How could I resist?" Well, it looks like Piers Morgan couldn't resist, commenting on the photos during his show, Good Morning Britain. Watch.
Your 18-year-old, 19-year-old son, you said, took the pictures? A bit creepy. What is all this? It's what we call in the business, I call it thirsty, a bit creepy.
Okay, so Liz did clear the air about the suggestion that her 18-year-old son was behind the camera. She posted this tweet saying it was actually her 80-year-old mom who took the pics. Why Erica, in your opinion, why the criticism on Elizabeth Hurley? She looks fantastic. She's 55. Is there ever an age where you're too old to be doing this, or no?
I think we've all earned the right to do what we want to do with our bodies and express ourselves the way that we see fit. But it's not surprising coming from Piers Morgan. I guess he would be able to identify thirst since his entire career has been a giant thirst trap. The idea of trolling. What?
You're
all
right.
he does is troll.
I agree.
I swear every night he must go to bed and be like, what can I say that'll really outrage? I mean, my background's in morning radio. I understand back in the day we used to call it a shock jock. We get it, Piers. We get it.
I'm going to ask Sam and Erica, you guys break down this logic for me because I don't get it. We all grew up with talk shows. Remember back in the day where they'd be like fat to fit, and they would take somebody for like 60 days. The Swan.
Remember
but like
the Swan?
Somebody would be like 300-400 pounds, and then they come out to the audience and reveal, and they'd have lost weight, and the audience would clap. So you get claps when you were formerly big, and now you're skinny. That's okay. But if you're in shape, and you just kind of stayed in shape, then you're being thirsty. I don't understand why sometimes it's literally applauded, and then other times it's bemoaned
Al, why are you trying to make sense out of nonsense? Like you are actively trying to make sense out of nonsense.
Erica, a lot of people, men and women, looked at that photo and was like, that's inappropriate.
A lot of people, nonsensical people. Like,
True.
Okay, just ask. I'm just going to ask this: out of everything that is happening in the world, he is focused on Elizabeth Hurley's 18-year-old son's feelings based on a photo that she posted on social media.
That he
out of
took.
Everything. I mean,
He did not take it.
Oh, I thought he said he was behind the camera.
No, Al.
Nonsense.
She updated it.
I would take that picture of my mom. I'd be like, my mom looks super dope.
Yeah, you'd be proud, but that's not what happened.
No, you wouldn't.
I swear to God.
No, you.
I swear, Jeff.
And something falls out, and you see some.
Look,
things.
man.
It's a feeding tool.
No, it's not a feeding
Sam,
tool.
don't
You're not
ruin
18 years old
it.
taking naked pictures of your mom. That's weird.
That's not naked pictures, but look.
She's one little slit away from getting it out there.
But what if it was, who's the guy that plays Wolverine? Hugh Jackman.
Okay.
Well, he's around the same. Is he? How old is he? He's around that age.
Probably.
And he has an 8-pack and he flexes. Why can't? What's
I
the
agree.
difference?
There's a
I don't think anyone's
standard.
arguing with you. I think
I know, I'm
what
just
Eric
trying to
is
yell.
saying, what Eric is saying is Piers Morgan, but he's doing what Piers Morgan does.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about him, which is giving him even more clout, right? So he's doing what he does. He doesn't mean it. He's saying it because he knows people are going to talk about
But Jeff,
it. Like
I do
us.
think
And
a
we
lot.
all got
I
fish hooked.
do think a lot of people feel like him only about Elizabeth Hurley, but not when they see Hugh Jackman.
Look at that picture. Tell me somebody feels like some sort of way that they don't think she looks fantastic.
But they think she's a mom and she
because
shouldn't
they
be
hate
doing
themselves. They don't hate her. They hate themselves. They're looking in the mirror and they hate who they see in the mirror. And they're like, well, Elizabeth Hurley, I hate her too. That's what it is.
They think it's inappropriate for a mother to be
That's
posing
what I think
that
it
way.
is.
And I don't know where that comes from.
With Jeff, they're projecting. Jeff's right. That is a projection. It is a projection, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's all it is.
She inspires me, man. If I can look like that in 10 plus years, yes.
And I think there's a lot of women that look like that. I used to go to Soul Cycle. And
There's
there'd be
not.
like, Jeff.
No.
Between Pilates, Soul Cycle, man.
Put that picture up again. She's 55 years old. How many 55-year-olds do you think? Okay.
She looks fantastic.
All right, let's just leave that up and keep going to the next story.
I'm just keep being told
Leave
let's
this
move
up.
on. Yeah, she looks fantastic.
Leave this up while we talk about the
I
next
believe
story.
she also has a swim line, so perhaps she's trying to sell some suits. You
Perhaps,
go.
Sam?
You
Yeah.
go, Elizabeth
She
Hurley.
forgot half of it.
Okay. Switching gears, Morgan Freeman wants to prank call your family and friends. The Oscar winner is teaming up with the charity site Omaze. Fans can enter to win a chance to have Morgan prank call anyone they want. Watch.
Hello, Rupert. This is Morgan Freeman, and I have one thing to say about your musical stylings. Boo. You stink, pal.
Amazing.
That would be incredible. Remember when you could do that with your phone? Like you could take like
Yeah, you can. It's called Cameo.
No,
Let's move on.
Yeah,
it's the same
that's not what I'm
thing.
saying.
This is for charity. This is for charity.
This is for charity. But remember when you could have like Arnold Schwarzenegger be like, "Who is your daddy and what does he do?" That's from Kindergarten Cop. And then you could call someone and play it.
Yeah,
No,
you would
I
have
did
on
that.
board.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to crank people all the time.
Yeah, me too.
First of all,
fun.
Do you know what's crazy is like, especially like your little ones will not know what a prank call is. Because there's the number shows up now. Remember, prank calls used to be anonymous. Now it's like, oh, here's Jeff pretending to be Rocky Balboa. Like, you know who's calling.
I think it's amazing. But I want to bring in Frank Caliendo, your buddy.
Yes.
He does the best Piers Morgan ever. So I don't know. I would if I'm not going to get Piers Morgan. Oh my God, Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
See, he got me fish hooked. Now he's in my brain.
He
He did
won.
exactly what he does.
won.
Were you guys big prank callers? Erica, were you a big prank caller back in the day?
Yeah, Sam. My whole beginning of my radio career was completely made up of prank calls.
Right. You're right, Erica. Yeah.
The Jerky Boys.
The who?
The Jerky
What?
Boys.
What's that?
The famous prank callers.
The best prank callers ever.
I had some good ones, let me tell you.
Yeah, you were a regular jerky boy.
She doesn't know what that is.
Coming up on DBL, Sweets with Soul, how a woman turned her successful chocolate business into a heart-filled endeavor. That's next in our DBL Spotlight.
Closed captioning provided by
Welcome back to DBL. During life's most difficult battles, how do you find your inner strength? Well, chocolate maker Katrina Markoff found hers while her husband fought for his life, and she's bringing what she learned into her chocolate company. She talked about it earlier with Erica in today's DBL Spotlight.
Katrina, welcome to DBL.
Thank you. So nice to be with you today.
Well, it's so nice to have you. I love a Chicago girl. I know you're coming in from my hometown. So this is a sweet, sweet story, all the puns intended. And you like to tell stories through your chocolate. But before we get into that, let's talk about your personal story. In 2019, doctors told you to say goodbye to your husband after he got sepsis. Now, that didn't happen, and he is still here today, thank God. So how did his diagnosis change your path?
Well, it was obviously a huge shock, and for a moment I think I was a bit frozen in listening to the amount of negativity and negative forecasting of his destiny. At some moment I just broke from that, and I was like, nope, that's not gonna happen. He's gonna live, he's got this, I know who he is. And I just pushed and pushed and pushed. And I had some friends who were pretty progressive doctors who recommended protein C, which basically brought his blood pressure back up and gave him a shot to live. It was like this spirit came over me, and I became this renegade fighter, like a lot of entrepreneurs frankly have to be, go against the grain. And I got back to my essence, I got back to my intuition. I said, I'm gonna create these chocolate collections that are for healing, that are for self-love, prosperity, and that's really what launched what is kind of now these really hot sellers that seem very relevant for where we are today.
Chocolate makes me happy, as it does a lot of people in a multitude of ways. But can you explain how yours can help give me prosperity?
It really starts with a clearing of the mind, breathing, and a visualization, and then a writing exercise. You write your wishes for prosperity as if they've already happened. And you start with, I'm winning at, you write that down, and then at the end, and it's better than I could ever imagine, exclamation point. And you place your chocolate right in the middle of those words, and you let it infuse that message.
Well, your chocolates have a long list of celebrity fans like Kelly Ripa, Bruce Springsteen, and Cameron Diaz. But which A-list celebrity would you like to see buy your chocolate, and why?
I love Florence Welch from Florence and the Machine.
Okay.
I love her fighter style and her authenticity, and going to her shows is like having a spiritual experience, so I love probably her.
We know that you manifest like no other, so now that we've put Florence out into the universe, you got to come back to us and let us know when Florence buys your chocolate for the machine. Okay, Katrina?
Okay, deal.
For those of you looking to try these amazing chocolates, visit Katrina's website, VosChocolate.com. Katrina, thank you so much for joining DBL. We'll be right back.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, girlfriend.
People are wearing masks nearly.
Welcome back to DBL. You see them all the time, sweepstakes or contests for a free brand new car. But if you win, should you keep it or take the cash instead? We're chatting about it in today's DBL Drive, sponsored by CarShield. So if you're lucky enough to win a new car, be prepared to give Uncle Sam his cut. Winners often pay 1/3 the amount of the new ride in taxes. This burden can be a nightmare, but if you don't want to deal with the hassle, opt for getting the cash value of the car instead. You still have to pay the same taxes, but at least you'll have the money up front. When it comes to your car, for peace of mind, get an auto protection plan with CarShield. CarShield protects their members from the high cost of auto repairs. Call 1-800-505-9619 for a free quote. You are just one of the luckiest people I know, right? Because you've had all these incredible experiences. Have you ever?
He's not even laughing.
Okay.
What happened?
What is wrong with you?
You know, I'm going to show you how old Sam is. There was kind of like a little noise, like a toot, I would say.
Is that what
Sam,
it was?
Yeah, and she just giggled about it.
There we go.
That's what it was, right?
Right.
Listen, Bayside,
I didn't
need y'all to get it together, okay?
Okay.
Get it together.
I'm sorry. Okay, you're really
Do you think it's
lucky.
one of the 50 beverages you've had in the show? Look how many beverages Sam has.
I have 3.
Would you just get done with the third quarter?
3.
Why?
I have a hot beverage, a green juice, and a water beverage.
Okay.
And
We're out of time,
I don't,
right?
gosh, good one. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
On DBL, a teen's shocking disappearance almost 2 decades ago. Where could she be?
Every day, I think about her at least 100,000 times a day. I mean, she's part of me, and I'm not going to give up.
New clues in True Crime Chronicles. Plus, actress Leah Remini, her fight against Scientology, and the emotional moment she shared with Tori.
Thank you for saying that. Like, that makes me, it makes me get teary-eyed.
That's tomorrow, right here on DBL. Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Okay, so Uchi on Facebook says, Lurchi from the Addams Family.
Yes.
Got you. Okay.
Thank you.
Kathy says, I was short in a tall girl world, 1970, and there was no fat woman on TV. That's hard. Terry says, I know how Sam feels about the bra stuffing. However, I had the opposite problem. In 6th grade, I was 5'8", had a size 36B bra. Everyone thought I stuffed. I almost stood up in class to take off my top to disprove that rumor, but did not have enough guts. In regard to Liz.
I was like, I don't know if you can keep reading that. Look at Erica's face.
In regard to Liz Hurley, Dixie says my kids would kill me if I posted a pic like that of myself. I have no kids. I probably would. Some things need to stay private. And in regard to prank calls, Karen says we used to open up the phone book, dial any number that we found, and ask them if the refrigerator is running, then hang up. That's the one I used to do.
Oh, what year was that? The 40s? Like, is your refrigerator running? You should go catch it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What?
You still think that's a good one? I know you.
Yeah, I said I was really good at it. I didn't realize everybody else used that one.
Yeah, a little hacking.
No, it was that common.
Yes. The first comment we read, that was the first thing they said.
What?
That was the first thing they said. Clearly it's common.
Dude, what happened today?
I don't know, but I love
Have
it.
a wonderful day, Erica. DBL's new every day. We'll see you guys all tomorrow, same time, same place.
Talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
Cutting in line to get the COVID vaccine, the sneaky ways the Hollywood elite are hoping to snag the shot before everyone else. What should happen to these people if they get caught? Kellyanne Conway is accused of posting a topless photo of her 16-year-old daughter on Twitter. Was she really using it as blackmail against Claudia? Piers Morgan calls out Elizabeth Hurley for a sexy photo she posted online.
What is all this? It's what we call in the business, I call it thirsty.
Does he have a point? Or is this just ageist mom shaming? And a famous phone call. Why Morgan Freeman might want to have a word with you.
It is considered impolite to microwave fish in small places.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, January 26th. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Erica joining us from home. Let's get right to it because the struggle to get vaccinated is very real for many older Americans. In fact, we've been reading your very stories, DBL Nation. But now there are reports that Hollywood elites are going to great lengths to game the system. Some are reportedly offering bribes of $10,000 to skip the lines. Others are trying to pose as healthcare workers or as staff at nursing homes. Some are even traveling great distances, going to areas where the shots are easier to get. Speaking of which, this wealthy Canadian couple has been accused of booking a private flight to a remote area of Canada, then posing as motel workers in order to get vaccines meant for Indigenous residents. They have been charged and they face up to 6 months in jail. Jeff, what do you make of this, and what do you think should happen to people if they get caught?
Well, I think that last story about the couple in Canada is the extreme, right? Of course they should go to. What do you mean you don't know about that?
Meaning the extreme that you don't think other people are doing this?
Yeah. This is a very extreme case.
You mean going and posing as people?
Yes, and traveling on a private jet. That's very extreme, right? They should definitely be punished. My take on this is nobody wants to jump lines, right? It's your character at stake here. And when we say Hollywood elites, we don't know who's doing this, right? This is kind of clickbaity to me when you say Hollywood elites. That, regardless who's doing it, it's your character on the line. My thing is if people are willing to pay $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 for vaccines, use them. Use that $100,000. Let them, if they are in Hollywood elite, do it on camera, show there's nothing wrong with the vaccine. I'm an advocate for the vaccine. Here's $100,000. I'm going to give it back to the vaccine so we could make more of them and be an advocate for the vaccine. Other than trying to get it almost black market style. That I do not like. Cutting lines for people who need it, that I do not like.
Hey, look, I feel you. You know, my whole issue with this entire thing that we're discussing, Jeff and Erica, is just that not only the Hollywood elites, but that we act like that money does not bring privilege. It allows people to do this, and we allow that as citizens. We do not have pushback when we had the Varsity Blues. There was a prison sentence handed down, but we didn't really dig into that story, find out how far it went back. We understand that rich people will be in first class. Rich people
I disagree with you.
They will use you. What else do you use money for, Sam? You use your money to get to where you want to be.
I agree with the both of you, and Erica chime in the sense that it's egregious. It makes me sick. We're dealing with life and death here. So if one of our viewers, 95-year-old mothers, is having trouble getting the vaccine, and then you find out Joe Schmo with all this money is skipping the line when they have the privilege to stay at home because they have the wealth and opulence. They can order food. Who knows? Maybe they have a private chef. I don't know. It's life or death. So I disagree with Al, Eric, in the sense that I do think there was pushback for Varsity Blues. We did see some harsh consequences, maybe not as long as prison sentences that we all had hoped, but both of their careers definitely suffered. And I do think that there is going to be pushback if we find out certain celebrities or certain wealthy people are skipping the line in front of healthcare workers and the elderly. I guarantee you there's going to be pushback and consequences, Erica, and there should be.
Well, for sure there will be pushback, but are the consequences going to be more egregious than their inconvenience? They don't care about anybody's 95-year-old mother. They don't care about people who don't have the opulence and luxuries that they have. We're talking about a triage situation here. So essentially, if you're jumping the line and getting the vaccine before someone who may need it just to survive another month, then of course, as Jeff said, that's on your character, but will the consequences be something that is going to end their livelihoods? And more than likely, it's not. We are triaging this situation. That means the most imminent cases need to go first. A lot of people don't see the things that we're seeing at this point because they don't understand that for some people, this may have been the last Christmas. This may have been like one of the last few times that you were able to spend these special moments with your family. Every single year, for a lot of people, is another day that they're not going to be, or closer to the time that they're not going to be here. This is a very serious situation. So if you're the type of person that would jump the line and put your health prioritize over people who might just want to spend one last Thanksgiving with their family, then the punishment that's going to happen on this earth is nothing compared to the punishment that will happen after. I guarantee it.
Amen. Wow. Okay, so moving on to former Trump official Kellyanne Conway and her 16-year-old daughter, their troubles seem to be getting worse. Kellyanne is accused of posting a topless photo of her teenage daughter on Twitter yesterday. The photo was reportedly posted by Kellyanne's account to a new Twitter Fleets feature, which deletes posts after 24 hours. Well, earlier today, Claudia posted a video to TikTok saying she didn't think her mom posted the photo intentionally. Take a look.
I have faith, and I know that my mother would never put something like that on the internet, as well as me. We would never do that. I will be taking a break from social media because we are really tired of being headlines, and we fight like mothers and daughters, but being in the public eye exacerbates that greatly, and it adds a lot of stress to both of our lives, and I don't want that.
So originally, Claudia had accused her mother of keeping the picture to use against her at some point, like blackmail, and speculated that someone hacked her mother's phone. So police are investigating, okay? They were at the house today, according to reports. Al, very serious story here. We're dealing with a minor. To post topless photos of a minor is going to come with jail time, as it should. We've seen a change in Claudia's behavior, though. Her earlier TikTok video said, "I want my mom to go to jail," for alleging that her mother did this. Now we're seeing her changing her tune. I hope her mom didn't do this. I hope this was a hack. I feel bad that Claudia is the victim here, but at the end of the day, there's something has just changed in the last half hour, and I'm not so sure what that is.
Okay, before we even talk about this, Sam, we have to decide as viewers how you interpret this. I have to interpret that, even though I don't agree with a lot of Kellyanne Conway's stances, Jeff, she is a human being. That is a mother that loved this child, that birthed this child. I have to believe that Kellyanne Conway did not send a naked picture to her Twitter followers. Let's just start there. If we find out she did, we'll talk. That'll be our lead story tomorrow. What we're talking about here, if my math is correct, guys, is now this is the second time the police have been at their home in 3 weeks. This is a family in crisis, and this is what happens, like Erica said, when you allow the outside world to penetrate the walls of your home. There is something very wrong in that house, and it's between this mother, her father, and the daughter, and now that everybody's involved, Twitter hackers are involved, Jeff, and now there's a naked picture of your daughter on the internet. So now we need to look at this moment and walk backwards and say, how did we get here?
Yeah, I don't want to just repeat what you said, Al, but I look at we talked about this the other day, and when you say Kellyanne Conway, it gets very divisive, right? Not divisive, divisive.
You can say either.
Could I say either? Because I'm going to make a mistake and say divisive.
You can say either or either.
Ooh, there you go. So that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is I look at every story not for who they are or what they've done in their past, but as a father, right? As a parent. I can't believe that someone would post a picture of their daughter naked and post it on the internet, right, for everybody to see. But there's molesters out there, there's rapists, there's people who do bad. In my head, I don't fathom how someone could do that, and especially to their own kid. Maybe I'm naive in that sense, but if they really want to stay away from the headlines, they need to stop posting. I understand you want to stick up for yourself. It's terrible that a under 18-year-old child is naked on the internet and those pictures are out there forever. But I mean, you got to dial it back. You got to handle this in-house. You can't keep putting things on the internet. Otherwise, you're going to keep doing headlines.
Well said. Erica, do you think that they will be able to all of them? I mean, her dad just posted as well, dial back from social media.
I think everybody needs to take a break. Everybody just needs to take a break and sit somewhere. We do not need to know. We were all teenagers once. We know how crazy things can get. We don't need to know. Just everybody take a break. Go away.
Yeah, please.
I think some accounts need to be deleted, Sam.
I know. Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll have to follow that story. Erica, do not go away. Coming up on DBL, we are tackling the latest COVID-19 headlines with our medical expert, Dr. Payal Kohli. Could one of the vaccines be harmful to pregnant women? Plus, singer Billie Eilish gets real about her body image. The lengths she takes to stay thin, or took rather to stay thin, might surprise you. And does swearing do the body good? The reasons why cursing can actually be beneficial to your health, coming up next.
This is a smile.
Welcome back to DBL. For the longest time, swearing was seen as low class and vulgar, but it might actually be good for you. Studies show cussing may be a sign of intelligence, especially knowing when it's appropriate to swear or not. Studies have also linked profanity with honesty. Swearing also improves your tolerance for pain. Remember that next time you stub your toe. And cussing is also associated with creativity. Finally, profanity could also have an evolutionary benefit. People who hurl bad words instead of punches are more likely to survive.
I don't know about that.
I'm down with this.
Yeah?
I'm down with this. Yeah, I swear a lot. I do. Not on camera, surprisingly. I don't know how I've never dropped one. But it does make, it's a lot more assertive. You get your point across in a quicker amount of time. On anger and on happiness, both, right? Like, oh my God, Al, I can't believe you did that.
Yeah.
You tell them real excited, right?
Right.
All at the same time, if you're like, don't around, you know I mean business, right?
Yeah.
So it's very assertive. Tony Robbins actually swears a lot in his motivational speeches, and it was surprising to me because it's so like taboo, you know, especially to the older generations, no disrespect. But he does, and he does it to emphasize his points.
Jeff, here's my only pushback to that. It's like you're saying.
I don't want to hear it out.
You're saying, this is what I do to get my point across. This is what I do to let somebody know I'm not messing around. What we never factor in is what the other person's going to do. And some people, when they hear language like "I'm not blanking around," that is a trigger for them. Fighting words for some people. Whereas I'd be like, all right, this guy's really mad.
Well, I think
let's focus on the positive.
I think if you're toe to toe with somebody, it doesn't really matter what you say. You're going to fight.
First of all, I love that Al is acting like, I mean, we all know that we've hung out with one another, Erica, a lot. And we all know how we talk off air, right? So I think positively speaking, though, it can really make, to Jeff's point, like, if I'm going to say this lasagna is so good or this lasagna is so beeping good, you know you're going to eat the lasagna more if I say the latter.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to eat the lasagna regardless. But I do think Al has a really great point. It is about interpersonal communications. My husband and I grew up very differently when it came to swearing. Like in my home, we did not swear. Like that was grounds for like, you know, losing an entire summer of your life. But in my husband's home, it was a little bit more lenient. So when sometimes he'll say something and I'm like, was that really necessary? Like it just feels like aggressive. But you know, it's just a difference in interpersonal communication.
Let me say two things. Did you ever hear the meaning of the F word from George Carlin?
Yes.
First of all, Google it. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. It means so many things. So it's the word that means the most things in English language. Second of all, are you watching a movie on HBO or are you watching it on CBS? You're watching it on HBO because they dropped some bombs and it's funnier.
Jeff comes in with a late knockout punch. That's a good point. Dude, I'll just say this. As a comic, I tried not to curse, and here's why. Early in my career, when you're young and you're kind of nervous up there, you're just saying things to get a reaction. Do you realize as you move forward with your career, comics you've never heard of make a ton of dough because they have a clean act, and you can take that everywhere. You can go to corporations, you can go to churches.
Point.
So I'm just saying cursing will lose you money.
Well, it's even just as parents.
I would have just made one right now. It would have been hilarious.
Yes, and we would have gone viral.
But as parents, though, we have to bite our tongues all the time.
Or you tell your kids about it, right?
No,
I've dropped a couple. I'm going to be parent shaming. Go ahead. I'm fat too.
I'm coming for you.
But you have to tell you don't say that. Only daddy says that, right? Don't pretend like no one's done it.
Boundaries.
Ooh, perfect parents. Here comes the Pistons.
I've been there, Jeff. I've been there. Coming up on DBL, British TV host Piers Morgan calls Liz Hurley's sexy post creepy and thirsty. Does he have a point, or is he just hating? And Dr. Pialcoli returns to discuss the latest news in the coronavirus pandemic. Don't miss her vital information next.
Nearly 110 million people.
This is the route Rachel Cook took for her morning jog 18 years ago. Nature's Trail near her home, northwest of Georgetown. Jogging came naturally to Rachel, an accomplished cross-country runner, home for the holidays from her college classes in California. Vanished. Almost immediately, a search by volunteers, every square foot along that road, inside hidden places, by foot and by horseback. No sign of Rachel.
Welcome back to DBL. Yesterday, President Biden announced he believes the country can administer 1.5 million shots a day in the coming weeks for a total of 150 million vaccinations in the next 100 days. Earlier, Al, Brandon, and I checked in with our medical expert, Dr. Pialcoli, on her thoughts about this extended vaccination plan. Take a look. Okay, so what do you think of this updated plan? Is it doable? Do you wish it would be more vaccines, less vaccines? What would Dr. Coley do?
You know, if you had asked me a week ago, I would say that even, 100 million is ambitious. But where we are today, I'm actually feeling this is very doable. And the higher we keep pushing that ceiling, the more we're going to get those vaccines into those arms. So if you look at the trend of what we've been doing since December 14th when we started vaccinating, it's really shown a nice increase in the number of vaccines we're giving each week. In fact, just last week, we gave an average of 1.25 million doses every day. So I think we're getting ever closer. And the reason is because we figured out what we need to make this a reality. We need just two simple things. We need the vaccines and we need the vaccinators. So the vaccines haven't really been a problem because the supply chain has not been disrupted. And many companies have now committed to delivering several 100 million doses in the next couple of months. So I don't see that being a problem. It's really the vaccinators, the facilities, the people, the logistics that has proven to be a problem. But we've now seen more mass vaccination sites being rolled out. So I think this will all become a reality very soon.
All right, some good news. I'm sorry, you have to give me a second, Doc. It's like it's been some months, so I'm like, wait,
I know I'm usually the bearer of bad news. I'm usually the bearer of bad news, so I mixed it up a little today.
I love it. Let's go with that. Now, the World Health Organization says the Moderna vaccine should not be given to pregnant women. What do you think about this?
It's interesting. So this warning is based on the fact that we have a lack of data. What we do know, Al, is that pregnant women have a higher risk of having a serious COVID illness. We also have some data actually that snuck in because some of the people in the Pfizer trial were pregnant and didn't know it, but ended up getting the vaccine. And then they went on to have normal pregnancies and deliver normal, healthy babies. So I actually feel different from the World Health Organization. I think if you're a pregnant woman with a high risk of exposure, if you're a pregnant woman with a lot of serious underlying medical problems, or if you're pregnant with average risk but late in your pregnancy, you really should talk to your obstetrician about getting it, because with the virus raging in the community, the vaccine is one of the ways in which we can protect these women.
Wow, that's two good newses in a row.
We're 2 for 2 right now, Dr. Coley.
Two for two. Are you
I'm
ready for number 3?
I'm on the wheel right here. So I hear that there's a drug that's normally used to treat gout that could help patients with mild cases stay out of the hospital. Could you elaborate on that?
Dr. Coley, we just talked about this, you and I, last night. To our viewers. Yeah, Dr. Coley's been helping my family out. And Dr. Coley, please speak to it.
Yeah, this is really, really, really good news, guys. So this is a drug called colchicine, which has been around for decades, so we know it's safe. It's usually used in gout. It's an anti-inflammatory. And what we're learning is if you give it to people who test positive by PCR for COVID early in the course of their illness, you can reduce their chance of getting into the hospital by 25%, reduce their chance of getting on a ventilator by 50%, and reduce their risk of dying by 44%. So this is a drug that's available, that's well tolerated, that we can give to outpatients and really change the trajectory of things. So I was so excited to hear this because it's the first oral drug that's available to outpatients as prevention. And I'm really hoping that Al will give me a silver lining shout out for this one because it's just such good news.
Y'all. We needed this today. This is just all good. This isn't even a silver lining. So let's get out of the segment now.
We love you, Dr. Coley.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thanks, Doc.
We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought.
Politics can be messy, and misinformation is everywhere. That's why the Verify team goes to the vetted experts to get you the facts. Debbie from West Virginia asked us this, quote, if Donald Trump's trial for impeachment starts after he's out of office, is he responsible for his own legal fees? Or do taxpayers bear the burden? So let's verify. Do our tax dollars pay for President Trump's legal fees? And what about the rest of the impeachment trial? Here are our sources. Robert Peck from the Center for Constitutional Litigation, Paul Schiff-Berman from the George Washington University Law School, and Stephen Ellis from Taxpayers for Common Sense, which is a spending watchdog. Let's start with Trump's legal fees.
The public official being impeached does not have a right to have the government pay for it.
He has to pay for his defense out of his own money.
No taxpayer dollars are going to go to paying President Trump's legal fees.
And our experts explain that this was also the case during the first impeachment trial. President Trump's attorney fees were not covered by taxpayers.
Last time around, it was the Republican National Committee that raised the funds. It's possible that they're doing so again.
So we could verify that no, taxpayers are not on the hook for President Trump's legal fees. As for all the other costs related to the impeachment, our experts say it's mostly covered already. That's because members of Congress, senators, and all their staff are covered by salaries.
But really, the only cost will be senators' sleep time.
The House Judiciary Committee did bring on 2 lawyers on a consulting basis, but our tax expert says that will be paid out of the operations account.
The funding is all it's all baked in. It's not like they're having to grab extra cash to do this.
From here at the Capitol, this is Evan Kozloff with your Verify.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Okay, so we have a number of comments in regard to Claudia Conway. Nita says, if she's a minor, why does she have topless photos anyway? Alan says, her daughter craves attention. Claudia is not a victim. Steven says, Kellyanne just needs to follow the rest of the Trump administration and go away. Stop doing stupid stuff to stay relevant. Listen, I just hope this family can somehow work it out, because you wouldn't want to wish it on anybody.
No.
If you're leaving us, you can catch the second half of the show on Facebook or YouTube. You can also chat with other viewers and with the host during the commercials, and we'll read your comments on TV like we just did. Here's what's coming up. Billie Eilish is opening up about her body image struggles and being body shamed. And why is Piers Morgan coming for Liz Hurley and her sexy post? DBL's new every day. We'll be right back.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Erica joining us from home. Okay, so Billie Eilish is opening up about what she calls her, quote, horrible body relationship. In the March issue of Vanity Fair, the 19-year-old singer says she has always been insecure about her body. She says in her early teens, she would starve herself and take diet pills, which caused her to wet the bed. Billie says she started wearing baggy clothes to hide her figure. She also talks about being victimized online after after photos of her wearing a tank top went viral. She told Vanity Fair during that time she thought she was the only one hating on her body, but then saw that the internet hated it as well. Oh, listen, we all deal with our own insecurities, but to know that our teenagers today, on top of self-loathing or being insecure, have to deal with the criticism and bullying that happens on social media is absolutely
Sam, I want to hear from you and Erica, because you're talking about teenagers today. I'm sure you guys grew up with this.
Oh yeah, I mean, Erica, chime in, please. I know that, when I was a teenager, I was always and people won't have sympathy for this, but I was skinny shamed because I was so skinny. It took me forever to go through puberty. I finally went through puberty, I feel like, in college. So I just felt embarrassed. I would stuff my bra. There was one time I was wearing a V-neck shirt and I bent over and all my paper towel balls fell out and I was mortified. I love that Jeff is smiling and Al's concerned.
That's so
It was mortifying. Nobody even said anything. The bell rang and it just I'm sure they all said something behind my back. But for me, I was embarrassed of being too skinny. And then as I got older, and I hope that with time with Billie Eilish, as you get older, you get more comfortable in your skin. And even now, even though I'm thin, I'll look at my really loose, saggy tummy, but then I'll remember I carried 2 children in this tummy. And then I'll look at my very deflated boobs, and then I'll say, you know what? I'm feeding Miles with those boobs. So, you know what? I'm empowered now.
For the record, I could say that too. It won't be true, but I could say it.
I'm empowered now, Erica, but it took 20-something years to get here. What about you, Erica?
Yeah, I do think that age has something to do with it. I mean, hopefully as you get older, you, one, understand what's happening with your body and you appreciate it for what it is, which is far bigger than anything it could be aesthetically. I do think growing up, I think there is a difference when it comes to different cultures. I didn't really grow up with body issues, but I know some of my girlfriends who were white or other ethnicities that may have had more of a focus on body image issues did struggle a lot. I had a lot of friends who developed eating disorders, and that was something that I just never understood where that was coming from. My family didn't focus on that, but as I got older, I did start to value a little bit more, especially when I started doing fitness competitions. That changed my entire mindset of what was, good enough and what wasn't. And it took me a few years to really not only regulate my body, but also regulate my mind.
Yeah, they go hand in hand. But this is something that men and boys go through too. What about you?
Yeah, for sure. I'm not to the point where I'm taking pills or harming myself, right? So I know there's different levels to this. But who don't you know? Who don't you know? Name one person when you're like, you want to lose 5 or 10 pounds over the holidays? Every single person I know is like, I could lose 5 or 10 pounds, right? Especially with COVID, everyone's home, they're not as active as they used to be. Everyone wants to drop 5 or 10 pounds. So this is relatable, maybe not to the sense where you're harming yourself with pills. I take off my shirt, I'm like, man, I really am Big Jeff now. You know what happened to old Jeff? Like man boobs, you got a little back fat, things aren't where they're supposed to be. Well, I mean, you have some insecurities. You're laughing a little too hard down there.
I'm laughing because you laughed at my paper towel balls falling out.
See, Sam, you should have been right on top of it and just as soon as that happened, just started cleaning the floor and been like, oh, I'm just down here helping.
Yeah, or just I got a nosebleed and put it in there.
But no, I
think it's healthy to talk it out and say, so people are like, wait, I have the same thing.
I think, Jeff, what happens is it happens at a young age. Yes. I taught middle school science. I taught middle school for 5 years, so I saw the interactions of 12-year-olds, and it's everyone. If you're a boy that doesn't develop quickly and you're 4'5", and the other boys are kind of sprouting up over the summer, you're going to get messed with. The girls that are developing quickly get messed with. The girls that don't develop at all get messed with. If you grow and you're 6'2" in the 7th grade and kind of skinny and lurchy, you're going to get messed. So it's like it doesn't matter. Your body is going to be attacked.
Why'd you make a face? You said skinny and lurchy, and Sam made like a face.
The lurchy part just.
No, there is when you're because you literally your joints have not caught up with the rest of your body.
You're right. Believe me, we all can relate, but there is a whole other caveat with social media today, and the fact that there's this unrealistic image that we see constantly on Instagram. Sure. I can't imagine what these teens are going through because everybody is with different filters and Photoshop, and I really hope that somehow we can ensure that there's some sort of protocols when it comes to posting on social media. I can't stand you two. What is wrong with you
Jeff starts
guys?
giggling, and then I start giggling, and then I get in trouble.
Al used lurchy as a
I know, and then Jeff's been laughing about that.
That's like a warm blanket, huh? A little lurchy. What are you going to do, Ken?
You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like a big...
lanky.
Lanky. That was the word I was looking for.
Yes. That was me.
Yes.
Definitely lanky. Okay, so Elizabeth Hurley appears to have no problem showing off her body, but is now facing backlash for it. The 55-year-old model, wow, she looks fantastic. She recently posted these photos on Instagram, okay, wearing a fur coat, hopefully a faux one. And little else, she captioned the post writing, "How could I resist?" Well, it looks like Piers Morgan couldn't resist, commenting on the photos during his show, Good Morning Britain. Watch.
Your 18-year-old, 19-year-old son, you said, took the pictures? A bit creepy. What is all this? It's what we call in the business, I call it thirsty, a bit creepy.
Okay, so Liz did clear the air about the suggestion that her 18-year-old son was behind the camera. She posted this tweet saying it was actually her 80-year-old mom who took the pics. Why Erica, in your opinion, why the criticism on Elizabeth Hurley? She looks fantastic. She's 55. Is there ever an age where you're too old to be doing this, or no?
I think we've all earned the right to do what we want to do with our bodies and express ourselves the way that we see fit. But it's not surprising coming from Piers Morgan. I guess he would be able to identify thirst since his entire career has been a giant thirst trap. The idea of trolling. What?
You're
all
right.
he does is troll.
I agree.
I swear, every night he must go to bed and be like, what can I say that'll really outrage? I mean, my background's in morning radio. I understand back in the day we used to call it a shock jock. We get it, Piers. We get it.
I'm going to ask Sam and Erica, you guys break down this logic for me because I don't get it. We all grew up with talk shows. Remember back in the day where they'd be like fat to fit, and they would take somebody for like 60 days. The Swan.
Remember
but like
the Swan?
Somebody would be like 300-400 pounds, and then they come out to the audience and reveal, and they'd have lost weight, and the audience would clap. So you get claps when you were formerly big, and now you're skinny. That's okay. But if you're in shape, and you just kind of stayed in shape, then you're being thirsty. I don't understand why sometimes it's literally applauded, and then other times it's bemoaned.
Al, why are you trying to make sense out of nonsense? Like you are actively trying to make sense out of nonsense.
Erica, a lot of people, men and women, looked at that photo and was like, that's inappropriate.
A lot of people, nonsensical people. Like,
true.
Okay, just ask. I'm just going to ask this: out of everything that is happening in the world, he is focused on Elizabeth Hurley's 18-year-old son's feelings based on a photo that she posted on social media.
That he took.
Everything. I mean,
he did not take it.
Oh, I thought he said he was behind the camera.
No, Al.
Nonsense.
She updated it.
I would take that picture of my mom. I'd be like, my mom looks super dope.
Yeah, you'd be proud, but that's not what happened.
No, you wouldn't.
I swear to God.
No, you wouldn't.
I swear, Jeff.
And something falls out, and you see something.
Look, man.
It's a feeding tool.
No, it's not a feeding tool. You're not
ruin
18 years old taking naked pictures of your mom. That's weird.
That's not naked pictures, but look.
She's one little slit away from getting it out there.
But what if it was, who's the guy that plays Wolverine? Hugh Jackman. Okay. Well, he's around the same. How old is he? He's around that age.
Probably.
And he has an 8-pack and he flexes. Why can't? What's the difference?
Listen, I don't think anyone's arguing with you. I think what Erica's saying. Yeah. What Erica's saying is Piers Morgan, but he's doing what Piers Morgan does. Yeah. And now we're talking about him, which is giving him even more clout, right? So he's doing what he does. He doesn't mean it. He's saying it because he knows people are going to talk about it.
But Jeff, I do think I do think a lot of people feel like him only about Elizabeth Hurley, but not when they see Hugh Jackman.
Look at that picture. Tell me somebody feels like some sort of way that they don't think she looks fantastic.
But they think she's a mom and she shouldn't be doing that.
Because they hate themselves. They don't hate her. They hate themselves. They're looking in the mirror and they hate who they see in the mirror. And they're like, well, Elizabeth Hurley, I hate her too. That's what it is.
They think it's inappropriate for a mother to be
That's
posing
what I think
that
it
way.
is.
And I don't know where that comes from.
With Jeff, they're projecting. Jeff's right. That is a projection. It is a projection, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's all it is.
She inspires me, man. If I can look like that in 10 plus years, yes.
And I think there's a lot of women that look like that. I used to go to Soul Cycle and there'd be like, Jeff.
No.
Between Pilates, soul cycle, man.
Put that picture up again. She's 55 years old. How many 55-year-olds do you think? Okay.
She looks fantastic.
All right, let's just leave that up and keep going to the next story.
I'm just keep being told let's move on. Yeah, she looks fantastic.
Leave this up while we talk about the next story.
I believe she also has a swim line, so perhaps she's trying to sell some suits.
Perhaps, Sam?
You go, Elizabeth.
She forgot half of it.
Okay. Switching gears, Morgan Freeman wants to prank call your family and friends. The Oscar winner is teaming up with the charity site Omaze. Fans can enter to win a chance to have Morgan prank call anyone they want. Watch.
Hello, Rupert. This is Morgan Freeman. And I have one thing to say about your musical stylings. Boo. You stink, pal.
Amazing.
That would be incredible. Remember when you could do that with your phone? Like you could take like...
Yeah, you can. It's called Cameo.
No,
let's move on.
It's
Alfred,
the same
that's not what I'm
thing. Saying.
This is for charity. This is for charity.
This is for charity. But remember when you could have like Arnold Schwarzenegger be like, "Who is your daddy and what does he do?" That's from Kindergarten Cop. And then you could call someone and play it.
Yeah,
No,
you would
I
sound
did
bored.
that. Yes.
Yeah, I used to crank people all the time.
Yeah, me too.
First of all,
fun.
Do you know what's crazy is like, especially like your little ones will not know what a prank call is. Because there's the number shows up now. Remember, prank calls used to be anonymous. Now it's like, oh, here's Jeff pretending to be Rocky Balboa. Like, you know who's calling.
I think it's amazing. But I want to bring in Frank Caliendo, your buddy.
Yes.
He does the best Piers Morgan ever. So I don't know. I would if I'm not going to get Piers Morgan. Oh my God, Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
See, he got me fish hooked. Now he's in my brain. He did exactly what he does.
He won.
Were you guys big prank callers? Erica, were you a big prank caller back in the day?
Yeah, Sam. My whole beginning of my radio career was completely made up of prank calls.
Right. You're right, Erica. Yeah.
The Jerky Boys.
The who?
The Jerky Boys.
What's that?
The famous prank callers.
The best prank callers ever.
I had some good ones, let me tell you.
Yeah, you were a regular jerky boy.
She doesn't know what that is.
Coming up on DBL, Sweets with Soul, how a woman turned her successful chocolate business into a heart-filled endeavor. That's next in our DBL Spotlight.
Welcome back to DBL. During life's most difficult battles, how do you find your inner strength? Well, chocolate maker Katrina Markoff found hers while her husband fought for his life, and she's bringing what she learned into her chocolate company. She talked about it earlier with Erica in today's DBL Spotlight.
Katrina, welcome to DBL.
Thank you. So nice to be with you today.
Well, it's so nice to have you. I love a Chicago girl. I know you're coming in from my hometown. So this is a sweet, sweet story, all the puns intended. And you like to tell stories through your chocolate. But before we get into that, let's talk about your personal story. In 2019, doctors told you to say goodbye to your husband after he got sepsis. Now, that didn't happen, and he is still here today, thank God. So how did his diagnosis change your path?
Well, it was obviously a huge shock, and for a moment I think I was a bit frozen in listening to the amount of negativity and negative forecasting of his destiny. At some moment I just broke from that, and I was like, nope, that's not gonna happen. He's gonna live, he's got this, I know who he is. And I just pushed and pushed and pushed. And I had some friends who were pretty progressive doctors who recommended protein C, which basically brought his blood pressure back up and gave him a shot to live. It was like this spirit came over me, and I became this renegade fighter, like a lot of entrepreneurs frankly have to be, go against the grain. And I got back to my essence, I got back to my intuition. I said, I'm gonna create these chocolate collections that are for healing, that are for self-love, prosperity, and that's really what launched what is kind of now these really hot sellers that seem very relevant for where we are today.
Chocolate makes me happy, as it does a lot of people in a multitude of ways. But can you explain how yours can help give me prosperity?
It really starts with a clearing of the mind, breathing, and a visualization, and then a writing exercise. You write your wishes for prosperity as if they've already happened. And you start with, I'm winning at, you write that down, and then at the end, and it's better than I could ever imagine, exclamation point. And you place your chocolate right in the middle of those words, and you let it infuse that message.
Well, your chocolates have a long list of celebrity fans like Kelly Ripa, Bruce Springsteen, and Cameron Diaz. But which A-list celebrity would you like to see buy your chocolate, and why?
I love Florence Welch from Florence and the Machine.
Okay.
I love her fighter style and her authenticity, and going to her shows is like having a spiritual experience, so I love probably her.
We know that you manifest like no other, so now that we've put Florence out into the universe, you got to come back to us and let us know when Florence buys your chocolate for the machine. Okay, Katrina?
Okay, deal.
For those of you looking to try these amazing chocolates, visit Katrina's website, VosChocolate.com. Katrina, thank you so much for joining DBL. We'll be right back.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, girlfriend.
People are wearing masks.
Welcome back to DBL. You see them all the time, sweepstakes or a contest for a free brand new car. But if you win, should you keep it or take the cash instead? We're chatting about it in today's DBL Drive, sponsored by CarShield. So if you're lucky enough to win a new car, be prepared to give Uncle Sam his cut. Winners often pay 1/3 the amount of the new ride in taxes. This burden can be a nightmare, but if you don't want to deal with the hassle, opt for getting the cash value of the car instead. You still have to pay the same taxes, but at least you'll have the money up front. When it comes to your car, for peace of mind, get an auto protection plan with CarShield. CarShield protects their members from the high cost of auto repairs. Call 1-800-505-9619 for a free quote. You are just one of the luckiest people I know, right? Because you've had all these incredible experiences. Have you ever?
He's not even laughing.
Okay.
What happened?
What is wrong with you?
You know, I'm going to show you how old Sam is. There was kind of like a little noise, like a toot, I would say.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, and she just giggled about it.
There we go.
That's what it was, right?
Right.
Listen, Bayside.
I didn't
need y'all to get it together,
what's happening?
Okay.
Get it together.
I'm sorry. Okay, you're really
Do you think it's one of the 50 beverages you've had in the show? Look how many beverages Sam has.
I have 3.
Would you just get done with the third quarter?
3.
Why?
I have a hot beverage, a green juice, and a water beverage.
Okay.
And
we're out of time, right?
God, good one. Good one. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Queen's shocking disappearance almost 2 decades ago. Where could she be?
Every day, I think about her at least 100,000 times a day. I mean, she's part of me, and I'm not going to give up.
New clues in True Crime Chronicles. Plus, actress Leah Remini, her fight against Scientology, and the emotional moment she shared with Tori.
Thank you for saying that. That makes me get teary-eyed.
That's tomorrow, right here on DBL. Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Okay, so Uchi on Facebook says, Lurchi from the Addams Family.
Yes.
Got you. Okay.
Thank you.
Kathy says, I was short in a tall girl world, 1970, and there was no fat woman on TV. That's hard. Terry says, I know how Sam feels about the bra stuffing. However, I had the opposite problem. In 6th grade, I was 5'8", had a size 36B bra. Everyone thought I stuffed. I almost stood up in class to take off my top to disprove that rumor, but did not have enough guts. In regard to Liz.
I was like, I don't know if you can keep reading that. Look at Erica's face.
In regard to Liz Hurley, Dixie says my kids would kill me if I posted a pic like that of myself. I have no kids. I probably would. Some things need to stay private. And in regard to prank calls, Karen says we used to open up the phone book, dial any number that we found, and ask them if the refrigerator is running, then hang up. That's the one I used to do.
Oh, what year was that? The 40s? Like, is your refrigerator running? You should go catch it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What?
You still think that's a good one? I know you.
Yeah, I said I was really good at it. I didn't realize everybody else used that one.
Yeah, a little hacking.
No, it was that common.
Yes. The first comment we read, that was the first thing they said.
What?
That was the first thing they said. Clearly it's common.
Dude, what happened today?
I don't know, but I love
Have
it.
a wonderful day, Erica. DBL's new every day. We'll see you guys all tomorrow, same time, same place.
Here's what we're talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
Cutting in line to get the COVID vaccine, the sneaky ways the Hollywood elite are hoping to snag the shot before everyone else. What should happen to these people if they get caught? Kellyanne Conway is accused of posting a topless photo of her 16-year-old daughter on Twitter. Was she really using it as blackmail against Claudia? Piers Morgan calls out Elizabeth Hurley for a sexy photo she posted online.
What is all this? It's what we call it in the business. I call it thirsty.
Does he have a point? Or is this just ageist mom shaming? And a famous phone call. Why Morgan Freeman might want to have a word with you.
It is considered impolite to microwave fish in small places.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3,
Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, January 26th. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Erica joining us from home. Let's get right to it because the struggle to get vaccinated is very real for many older Americans. In fact, we've been reading your very stories, DBL Nation. But now there are reports that Hollywood elites are going to great lengths to game the system. Some are reportedly offering bribes of $10,000 to skip the lines. Others are trying to pose as healthcare workers or as staff at nursing homes. Some are even traveling great distances, going to areas where the shots are easier to get. Speaking of which, this wealthy Canadian couple has been accused of booking a private flight to a remote area of Canada, then posing as motel workers in order to get vaccines meant for Indigenous residents. They have been charged and they face up to 6 months in jail. Jeff, what do you make of this, and what do you think should happen to people if they get caught?
Well, I think that last story about the couple in Canada is the extreme, right? Of course they should go to. What do you mean you don't know about that?
Meaning the extreme that you don't think other people are doing this?
Yeah. This is a very extreme case.
You mean going and posing as people?
Yes, and traveling on a private jet. That's very extreme, right? They should definitely be punished. My take on this is nobody wants to jump lines, right? It's your character at stake here. And when we say Hollywood elites, we don't know who's doing this, right? This is kind of clickbaity to me when you say Hollywood elites. That, regardless who's doing it, it's your character on the line. My thing is if people are willing to pay $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 for vaccines, use them. Use that $100,000. Let them, if they are in Hollywood elite, do it on camera. Show there's nothing wrong with the vaccine. I'm an advocate for the vaccine. Here's $100,000. I'm going to give it back to the vaccine so we can make more of them and be an advocate for the vaccine. Other than trying to get it almost black market style. That I do not like. Cutting lines for people who need it, that I do not like.
Hey, look, I feel you. You know, my whole issue with this entire thing that we're discussing, Jeff and Erica, is just that not only the Hollywood elites, but that we act like that money does not bring privilege. It allows people to do this, and we allow that as citizens. We do not have pushback when we had the Varsity Blues. There was a prison sentence handed down, but we didn't really dig into that story, find out how far it went back. We understand that rich people will be in first class. Rich people
I disagree with you.
They will use you. What else do you use money for, Sam? You use your money to get to where you want to be.
I agree with the both of you, and Erica chime in the sense that it's egregious. It makes me sick. We're dealing with life and death here. So if one of our viewers, 95-year-old mothers, is having trouble getting the vaccine, and then you find out Joe Schmo with all this money is skipping the line when they have the privilege to stay at home because they have the wealth and opulence. They can order food. Who knows? Maybe they have a private chef. I don't know. It's life or death. So I disagree with Al, Eric, in the sense that I do think there was pushback for Varsity Blues. We did see some harsh consequences, maybe not as long as prison sentences that we all had hoped, but both of their careers definitely suffered. And I do think that there is going to be pushback if we find out certain celebrities or certain wealthy people are skipping the line in front of healthcare workers and the elderly. I guarantee you there's going to be pushback and consequences, Erica, and there should be.
Well, for sure there will be pushback, but are the consequences going to be more egregious than their inconvenience? They don't care about anybody's 95-year-old mother. They don't care about people who don't have the opulence and luxuries that they have. We're talking about a triage situation here. So essentially, if you're jumping the line and getting the vaccine before someone who may need it just to survive another month, then of course, as Jeff said, that's on your character, but will the consequences be something that is going to end their livelihoods? And more than likely, it's not. We are triaging this situation. That means the most imminent cases need to go first. A lot of people don't see the things that we're seeing at this point because they don't understand that for some people, this may have been the last Christmas. This may have been like one of the last few times that you were able to spend these special moments with your family. Every single year, for a lot of people, is another day that they're not going to be, or closer to the time that they're not going to be here. This is a very serious situation. So if you're the type of person that would jump the line and put your health prioritize over people who might just want to spend one last Thanksgiving with their family, then the punishment that's going to happen on this earth is nothing compared to the punishment that will happen after. I guarantee it.
Amen. Wow. Okay, so moving on to former Trump official Kellyanne Conway and her 16-year-old daughter, their troubles seem to be getting worse. Kellyanne is accused of posting a topless photo of her teenage daughter on Twitter yesterday. The photo was reportedly posted by Kellyanne's account to a new Twitter Fleets feature, which deletes posts after 24 hours. Well, earlier today, Claudia posted a video to TikTok saying she didn't think her mom posted the photo intentionally. Take a look.
I have faith, and I know that my mother would never put something like that on the internet, as well as me. We would never do that. I will be taking a break from social media because we are really tired of being headlines, and we fight like mothers and daughters, but being in the public eye exacerbates that greatly, and it adds a lot of stress to both of our lives, and I don't want that.
So originally, Claudia had accused her mother of keeping the picture to use against her at some point, like blackmail, and speculated that someone hacked her mother's phone. So police are investigating, okay? They were at the house today, according to reports. Al, very serious story here. We're dealing with a minor. To post topless photos of a minor is going to come with jail time, as it should. We've seen a change in Claudia's behavior, though. Her earlier TikTok video said, "I want my mom to go to jail," for alleging that her mother did this. Now we're seeing her changing her tune. I hope her mom didn't do this. I hope this was a hack. I feel bad that Claudia is the victim here, but at the end of the day, there's something has just changed in the last half hour, and I'm not so sure what that is.
Okay, before we even talk about this, Sam, we have to decide as viewers how you interpret this. I have to interpret that, even though I don't agree with a lot of Kellyanne Conway's stances, Jeff, she is a human being. That is a mother that loved this child, that birthed this child. I have to believe that Kellyanne Conway did not send a naked picture to her Twitter followers. Let's just start there. If we find out she did, we'll talk. That'll be our lead story tomorrow. What we're talking about here, if my math is correct, guys, is now this is the second time the police have been at their home in 3 weeks. This is a family in crisis, and this is what happens, like Erica said, when you allow the outside world to penetrate the walls of your home. There is something very wrong in that house, and it's between this mother, her father, and the daughter, and now that everybody's involved, Twitter hackers are involved, Jeff, and now there's a naked picture of your daughter on the internet. So now we need to look at this moment and walk backwards and say, how did we get here?
Yeah, I don't want to just repeat what you said, Al, but I look at we talked about this the other day, and when you say Kellyanne Conway, it gets very divisive, right? Not divisive, divisive.
You can say either.
Could I say either? Because I'm going to make a mistake and say divisive.
You can say either or either.
Ooh, there you go. So that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is I look at every story not for who they are or what they've done in their past, but as a father, right? As a parent. I can't believe that someone would post a picture of their daughter naked and post it on the internet, right, for everybody to see. But there's molesters out there, there's rapists, there's people who do bad. In my head, I don't fathom how someone could do that, and especially to their own kid. Maybe I'm naive in that sense, but if they really want to stay away from the headlines, they need to stop posting. I understand you want to stick up for yourself. It's terrible that under 18-year-old child is naked on the internet and those pictures are out there forever. But I mean, you got to dial it back. You got to handle this in-house. You can't keep putting things on the internet. Otherwise, you're going to keep doing headlines.
Well said. Erica, do you think that they will be able to all of them? I mean, her dad just posted as well, dial back from social media?
I think everybody needs to take a break. Everybody just needs to take a break and sit somewhere. We do not need to know. We were all teenagers once. We know how crazy things can get. We don't need to know. Just everybody take a break. Go away.
Yeah, please.
I think some accounts need to be deleted, Sam.
I know. Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll have to follow that story. Erica, do not go away. Coming up on DBL, we are tackling the latest COVID-19 headlines with our medical expert, Dr. Payal Kohli. Could one of the vaccines be harmful to pregnant women? Plus, singer Billie Eilish gets real about her body image. The lengths she takes to stay thin, or took rather to stay thin, might surprise you. And does swearing do the body good? The reasons why cursing can actually be beneficial to your health, coming up next. Back to DBL. For the longest time, swearing was seen as low class and vulgar, but it might actually be good for you. Studies show cussing may be a sign of intelligence, especially knowing when it's appropriate to swear or not. Studies have also linked profanity with honesty. Swearing also improves your tolerance for pain. Remember that next time you stub your toe. And cussing is also associated with creativity. Finally, profanity could also have an evolutionary benefit. People who hurl bad words instead of punches are more likely to survive.
I don't know about that.
I'm down with this.
Yeah?
I'm down with this. Yeah, I swear a lot. I do. Not on camera, surprisingly. I don't know how I've never dropped one. But it does make, it's a lot more assertive. You get your point across in a quicker amount of time. On anger and on happiness, both, right? Like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that.
Yeah.
You tell them real excited, right?
Right.
But all at the same time, if you're like, don't around, you know I mean business, right?
Yeah.
So it's very assertive. Tony Robbins actually swears a lot in his motivational speeches, and it was surprising to me because it's so like taboo, you know, especially to the older generations, no disrespect. But he does, and he does it to emphasize his points.
Jeff, here's my only pushback to that. It's like you're saying.
I don't want to hear it out.
You're saying, this is what I do to get my point across. This is what I do to let somebody know I'm not messing around. What we never factor in is what the other person's going to do. And some people, when they hear language like "I'm not blanking around," that is a trigger for them. Fighting words for some people. Whereas I'd be like, all right, this guy's really mad.
Well, I think
let's focus on the positive.
I think if you're toe to toe with somebody, it doesn't really matter what you say. You're going to fight.
First of all, I love that Al is acting like, I mean, we all know that we've hung out with one another, Erica, a lot. And we all know how we talk off air, right? So I think positively speaking, though, it can really make, to Jeff's point, like, if I'm going to say this lasagna is so good or this lasagna is so beeping good, you know you're going to eat the lasagna more if I say the latter.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to eat the lasagna regardless. But I do think Al has a really great point. It is about interpersonal communications. My husband and I grew up very differently when it came to swearing. Like, in my home, we did not swear. Like, that was grounds for, like, you know, losing an entire summer of your life. But in my husband's home, it was a little bit more lenient. So when sometimes he'll say something and I'm like, was that really necessary? Like, it just feels like aggressive. But you know, it's just a difference in interpersonal communication.
Let me say two things. Did you ever hear the meaning of the F word from George Carlin?
Yes.
First of all, Google it. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. It means so many things. So it's the word that means the most things in English language. Second of all, are you watching a movie on HBO or are you watching it on CBS? You're watching it on HBO because they drop some bombs and it's funnier.
Jeff comes in with a late knockout punch. That's a good point. Dude, I'll just say this, as a comic, I tried not to curse, and here's why. Early in my career, when you're young and you're kind of nervous up there, you're just saying things to get a reaction. do you realize as you move forward with your career, comics you've never heard of make a ton of dough because they have a clean act, and you can take that everywhere. You can go to corporations, you can go to churches.
Point.
So I'm just saying, cursing will lose you money.
Well, it's even just as parents.
I would have just made one right now. It would have been hilarious.
Yes,
I know.
and we would have gone viral.
But as parents, though, we have to bite our tongues all the time.
Or you tell your kids about it, right?
No,
I've dropped
not
a couple. I'm going to be parent shaming. Go ahead. I'm fat too.
I'm coming for you.
But you have to tell you don't say that. Only daddy says that, right? Don't pretend like no one's done it.
Boundaries.
Ooh, perfect parents. Here comes the Pistons.
I've been there, Jeff. I've been there. Coming up on DBL, British TV host Piers Morgan calls Liz Hurley's sexy post creepy and thirsty. Does he have a point, or is he just hating? And Dr. Pialcoli returns to discuss the latest news in the coronavirus pandemic. Don't miss her vital information next.
Nearly
Welcome back to DBL. Yesterday, President Biden announced he believes the country can administer 1.5 million shots a day in the coming weeks for a total of 150 million vaccinations in the next 100 days. Earlier, Al, Brandon, and I checked in with our medical expert, Dr. Pialcoli, on her thoughts about this extended vaccination plan. Take a look. Okay, so what do you think of this updated plan? Is it doable? Do you wish it would be more vaccines, less vaccines? What would Dr. Coley do?
You know, if you had asked me a week ago, I would say that even, 100 million is ambitious. But where we are today, I'm actually feeling this is very doable. And the higher we keep pushing that ceiling, the more we're going to get those vaccines into those arms. So if you look at the trend of what we've been doing since December 14th when we started vaccinating, it's really shown a nice increase in the number of vaccines we're giving each week. In fact, just last week, we gave an average of 1.25 million doses every day. So I think we're getting ever closer. And the reason is because we figured out what we need to make this a reality. We need just two simple things. We need the vaccines and we need the vaccinators. So the vaccines haven't really been a problem because the supply chain has not been disrupted. And many companies have now committed to delivering several 100 million doses in the next couple of months. So I don't see that being a problem. It's really the vaccinators, the facilities, the people, the logistics that has proven to be a problem. But we've now seen more mass vaccination sites being rolled out. So I think this will all become a reality very soon.
All right, some good news. I'm sorry, you have to give me a second, Doc. It's like it's been some months, so I'm like, wait.
I know I'm usually the bearer of bad news. I'm usually the bearer of bad news, so I mixed it up a little today.
I love it. Let's go with that. Now, the World Health Organization says the Moderna vaccine should not be given to pregnant women. What do you think about this?
It's interesting. So this warning is based on the fact that we have a lack of data. What we do know, Al, is that pregnant women have a higher risk of having a serious COVID illness. We also have some data actually that snuck in because some of the people in the Pfizer trial were pregnant and didn't know it, but ended up getting the vaccine. And then they went on to have normal pregnancies and deliver normal, healthy babies. So I actually feel different from the World Health Organization. I think if you're a pregnant woman with a high risk of exposure, if you're a pregnant woman with a lot of serious underlying medical problems, or if you're pregnant with average risk but late in your pregnancy, you really should talk to your obstetrician about getting it, because with the virus raging in the community, the vaccine is one of the ways in which we can protect these women.
Wow, that's two good newses in a row.
We're 2 for 2 right now, Dr. Coley.
Two for two. Are you
I'm
ready for number 3?
I'm on the wheel right here. So I hear that there's a drug that's normally used to treat gout that could help patients with mild cases stay out of the hospital. Could you elaborate on that?
Dr. Coley, we just talked about this, you and I, last night. To our viewers. Yeah, Dr. Coley's been helping my family out. And Dr. Coley, please speak to it.
Yeah, this is really, really, really good news, guys. So this is a drug called colchicine, which has been around for decades, so we know it's safe. It's usually used in gout. It's an anti-inflammatory. And what we're learning is if you give it to people who test positive by PCR for COVID early in the course of their illness, you can reduce their chance of getting into the hospital by 25%, reduce their chance of getting on a ventilator by 50%, and reduce their risk of dying by 44%. So this is a drug that's available, that's well tolerated, that we can give to outpatients and really change the trajectory of things. So I was so excited to hear this because it's the first oral drug that's available to outpatients as prevention. And I'm really hoping that Al will give me a silver lining shout out for this one because it's just such good
lining,
news.
Y'all. We needed this today. This is just all good. This isn't even a silver lining. So let's get out of the segment now.
We love you, Dr. Coley.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thanks,
we'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Yeah, we love sharing your comments. Okay, so we have a number of comments in regard to Claudia Conway. Nita says, if she's a minor, why does she have topless photos anyway? Alan says, her daughter craves attention. Claudia is not a victim. Steven says, Kellyanne just needs to follow the rest of the Trump administration and go away. Stop doing stupid stuff to stay relevant. Listen, I just hope this family can somehow work it out, because you wouldn't want to wish it on anybody.
No.
If you're leaving us, you can catch the second half of the show on Facebook or YouTube. You can also chat with other viewers and with the host during the commercials, and we'll read your comments on TV like we just did. Here's what's coming up. Billie Eilish is opening up about her body image struggles and being body shamed. And why is Piers Morgan coming for Liz Hurley and her sexy post? DBL's new every day. We'll be right back.
Live, we're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Erica joining us from home. Okay, so Billie Eilish is opening up about what she calls her, quote, horrible body relationship. In the March issue of Vanity Fair, the 19-year-old singer says she has always been insecure about her body. She says in her early teens, she would starve herself and take diet pills, which caused her to wet the bed. Billie says she started wearing baggy clothes to hide her figure. She also talks about being victimized online after photos of her wearing a tank top went viral. She told Vanity Fair during that time she thought she was the only one hating on her body, but then saw that the internet hated it as well. Oh, listen, we all deal with our own insecurities, but to know that our teenagers today, on top of self-loathing or being insecure, have to deal with the criticism and bullying that happens on social media is absolutely
I want to hear from you and Erica, because you're talking about teenagers today. I'm sure you guys grew up with this.
Oh yeah, I mean, Erica, chime in, please. I know that, when I was a teenager, I was always and people won't have sympathy for this, but I was skinny shamed because I was so skinny. It took me forever to like go through puberty. I finally like went through puberty, I feel like in college. So I just felt embarrassed. You know, I would stuff my bra. There was one time I was wearing a V-neck shirt and I bent over and all my paper towel balls fell out and I was mortified. Nobody, I love that Jeff is smiling and Al's concerned.
That's so
It was mortifying. Nobody even said anything. The bell rang and it just like, I'm sure they all said something behind my back. But for me, I was embarrassed of being too skinny. And then as I got older, and I hope that with time with Billie Eilish, as you know, as you get older, you get more comfortable in your skin. And even now, even though I'm thin, I'll look at my really loose, saggy tummy, but then I'll remember I carried 2 children in this tummy. And then I'll look at my very deflated boobs, and then I'll say, you know what? I'm feeding Miles with those boobs. So, you know what? I'm empowered now.
For the record, I could say that too. It won't be true, but I could say it.
I'm empowered now, Erica, but it took like 20-something years to get here. What about you, Erica?
Yeah, I do think that age has something to do with it. I mean, hopefully as you get older, you, one, understand what's happening with your body and you appreciate it for what it is, which is far bigger than anything it could be aesthetically. I do think growing up, I think there is a difference when it comes to different cultures. I didn't really grow up with body issues, but I know some of my girlfriends who were white or other ethnicities that may have had more of a focus on body image issues did struggle a lot. I had a lot of friends who developed eating disorders, and that was something that I just never understood where that was coming from. My family didn't focus on that, but as I got older, I did start to value a little bit more, especially when I started doing fitness competitions. That changed my entire mindset of what was, you know, good enough and what wasn't. And it took me a few years to really not only regulate my body, but also regulate my mind.
Yeah, they go hand in hand. But this is something that men and boys go through too. What about you?
Yeah, for sure. I'm not to the point where I'm taking pills or harming myself, right? So I know there's different levels to this. But who don't you know? Who don't you know? Name one person when you're like, you want to lose 5 or 10 pounds over the holidays? Every single person I know is like, I could lose 5 or 10 pounds, right? Especially with COVID, everyone's home, they're not as active as they used to be. Everyone wants to drop 5 or 10 pounds. So this is relatable, maybe not to the sense where you're harming yourself with pills. I take off my shirt, I'm like, man, I really am Big Jeff now. You know what happened to old Jeff? Like man boobs, you got a little back fat, things aren't where they're supposed to be.
Well,
I mean, it's like you have some insecurities. You're laughing a little too hard down there.
I'm laughing because you laughed at my paper towel balls falling down.
I think it's healthy.
Sam, you should have been like right on top of it and just like as soon as that happened, just started cleaning the floor and been like, oh, I'm just down here helping.
Yeah, or just like, I got a nosebleed and I put it in there.
But no, I
think it's healthy to like talk it out and say, so people are like, wait, I have the same thing.
I think, Jeff, what happens is it happens at a young age.
Yes.
I taught middle school science. I taught middle school for 5 years, so I saw the interactions of 12-year-olds, and it's everyone. If you're a boy that doesn't develop quickly and you're 4'5", and the other boys are kind of sprouting up over the summer, you're going to get messed with. The girls that are developing quickly get messed with. The girls that don't develop at all get messed with. If you grow and you're 6'2" in the 7th grade and kind of skinny and lurchy, you know, you're going to get messed. So it's like it doesn't matter. Your body is going to be attacked.
Why'd you make a face? You said skinny and lurchy, and Sam made like a face.
The lurchy part just.
No, there is like when you're because you literally your joints have not caught up with the rest of your body yet.
You're right. Believe me, we all can relate, but there is a whole other caveat with social media today, and the fact that there's this unrealistic image that we see constantly on Instagram.
Sure.
I can't imagine what these teens are going through because everybody is with different filters and Photoshop, and I really hope that somehow we can ensure that there's some sort of protocols when it comes to posting on social media. I can't stand you two. What is wrong with you
Jeff starts
guys?
giggling, and then I start giggling, and then I get in trouble.
Al used lurchy as a
I know, and then Jeff's been laughing about that.
That's like a warm blanket, huh? A little lurchy. What are you going to do,
You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like a big...
lanky.
Lanky. That was the word I was looking for.
Yes. That was me. Yes. Definitely lanky. Okay, so Elizabeth Hurley appears to have no problem showing off her body, but is now facing backlash for it. The 55-year-old model, wow, she looks fantastic. She recently posted these photos on Instagram, okay, wearing a fur coat, hopefully a faux one. And little else, she captioned the post writing, "How could I resist?" Well, it looks like Piers Morgan couldn't resist, commenting on the photos during his show, Good Morning Britain. Watch.
Your 18-year-old, 19-year-old son, you said, took the pictures? A bit creepy. What is all this? It's what we call it in the business. I call it thirsty. A bit creepy.
Okay, so Liz did clear the air about the suggestion that her 18-year-old son was behind the camera. She posted this tweet saying it was actually her 80-year-old mom who took the pics. Why Erica, in your opinion, why the criticism on Elizabeth Hurley? She looks fantastic. She's 55. Is there ever an age where you're too old to be doing this, or no?
I think we've all earned the right to do what we want to do with our bodies and express ourselves the way that we see fit. But it's not surprising coming from Piers Morgan. I guess he would be able to identify thirst since his entire career has been a giant thirst trap. The idea of trolling. What?
You're
all
right.
he does is try.
I agree.
I swear, every night he must go to bed and be like, what can I say that'll really outrage? I mean, my background's in morning radio. I understand back in the day we used to call it a shock jock. We get it, Piers. We get it.
I'm going to ask Sam and Erica, you guys break down this logic for me because I don't get it. We all grew up with talk shows. Remember back in the day where they'd be like fat to fit, and they would take somebody for like 60 days.
Swan.
The Swan.
Remember
but like
the Swan?
Somebody would be like 300-400 pounds, and then they come out to the audience and reveal, and they'd have lost weight, and the audience would clap. So you get claps when you were formerly big, and now you're skinny. That's okay. But if you're in shape, and you just kind of stayed in shape, then you're being thirsty. I don't understand why sometimes it's literally applauded, and then other times it's bemoaned like
Al,
like
why are you trying to make sense out of nonsense? Like you were actively trying to make sense out of nonsense.
Erica, a lot of people, men and women, looked at that photo and was like, that's inappropriate.
A lot of people, nonsensical people. Like,
True.
Okay, just ask. I'm just going to ask this: out of everything that is happening in the world, he is focused on Elizabeth Hurley's 18-year-old son's feelings based on a photo that she posted on social media.
That he
out of
took.
Everything. I mean,
He did not take it.
Oh, I thought he said he was behind the camera.
No, Al.
Nonsense.
She updated it.
I would take that picture of my mom. I'd be like, my mom looks super dope.
Yeah, you'd be proud, but that's not what happened.
No, you wouldn't.
I swear to God.
No, you wouldn't.
I swear, Jeff.
And something falls out, and you see some.
Look, man,
It's a feeding tool.
No, it's not a feeding tool. You're not 18 years old taking naked pictures of your mom. That's weird.
That's not naked pictures, but look.
She's one little slit away from getting it out there.
But what if it was, who's the guy that plays Wolverine? Hugh Jackman.
Okay.
He's around the same. Is he? How old is he? He's around that age.
Probably.
And he has an 8-pack, and he flexes. Why can't? What's
I
the
agree.
difference?
There's a
I don't think anyone's
standard.
arguing with you. I think
I know, I'm
what
just trying to
Erica's
yell.
saying, what Erica's saying is Piers Morgan, but he's doing what Piers Morgan does.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about him, which is giving him even more clout, right? So he's doing what he does. He doesn't mean it. He's saying it because he knows people are going to talk about
But Jeff,
it. Like
I do
us.
think
And
a
we
lot.
all got fish hooked.
I do think a lot of people feel like him only about Elizabeth Hurley, but not when they see Hugh Jackman.
Look at that picture. Tell me somebody feels like some sort of way that they don't think she looks fantastic.
Of course
But they
she does,
think
but people
she's
hate
a mom
on
and
it.
she
Because
shouldn't
they
be
hate
doing
themselves. They don't hate her. They hate themselves. They're looking in the mirror and they hate who they see in the mirror. And they're like, well, Elizabeth Hurley, I hate her too. That's what it is.
They think it's inappropriate for a mother to be
That's
posing
what I think
that
it
way.
is.
And I don't know where that comes
I'm
from.
with Jeff. They're projecting. Jeff's right. That is a projection. It is a projection, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's all it is.
She inspires me, man. If I can look like that in 10 plus years, yes.
And I think there's a lot of women that look like that. I used to go to Soul Cycle, and
There's
there'd be
not.
like, Jeff.
No.
Between Pilates, Soul Cycle, man.
Put that picture up again. She's 55 years old. How many 55-year-olds do you think? Okay.
She looks fantastic.
All right, let's just leave that up and keep going to the next story.
I'm just keep being told
Leave
let's
this
move
up.
on. Yeah, she looks fantastic.
Leave this up while we talk about the next
I believe
story.
she also has a swim line, so perhaps she's trying to sell some suits. You
Perhaps,
go.
Sam?
You
Yeah.
go, Elizabeth
She
Hurley.
forgot half of it.
Okay. Switching gears, Morgan Freeman wants to prank call your family and friends. The Oscar winner is teaming up with the charity site Omaze. Fans can enter to win a chance to have Morgan prank call anyone they want. Watch.
Hello, Rupert. This is Morgan Freeman, and I have one thing to say about your musical stylings. Boo. You stink, pal.
Amazing.
That would be incredible. Remember when you could do that with your phone? Like you could take
Yeah, you can. It's called Cameo.
No.
Let's move on. Yeah, it's the same
that's not what I'm
thing.
saying.
This is for charity. This is for charity.
This is for charity. But remember when you could have like Arnold Schwarzenegger be like, who is your daddy and what does he do? That's from Kindergarten Cop. And then you could call someone and play it.
Yeah,
No,
you would
I
have
did
my
that.
board.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to crank people all the time.
Yeah, me too.
First of all,
fun.
Do you know what's crazy is like, especially like your little ones will not know what a prank call is. Because there's the number shows up now. Remember, prank calls used to be anonymous. Now it's like, oh, here's Jeff pretending to be Rocky Balboa. Like, you know who's calling.
I think it's amazing, but I want to bring in Frank Caliendo, your buddy.
Yes.
He does the best Piers Morgan ever. So I don't know. I would if I'm not going to get Piers Morgan. Oh my God, Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
See, he got me fish hooked. Now he's in my brain. He did exactly what he does.
He won.
Were you guys big prank callers? Erica, were you a big prank caller back in the day?
Yeah, Sam. My whole beginning of my radio career was completely made up of prank calls.
Right. You're right, Erica. Yeah.
The Jerky Boys.
The who?
The Jerky Boys.
The
famous prank callers.
The best prank callers ever.
I had some good ones, let me tell you.
Yeah, you were a regular jerky boy.
She doesn't know what that is.
Coming up on DBL, Sweets with Soul, how a woman turned her successful chocolate business into a heart-filled endeavor. That's next in our DBL Spotlight.
Closed captioning.
Welcome back to DBL. During life's most difficult battles, how do you find your inner strength? Well, chocolate maker Katrina Markoff found hers while her husband fought for his life, and she's bringing what she learned into her chocolate company. She talked about it earlier with Erica in today's DBL Spotlight.
Katrina, welcome to DBL.
Thank you. So nice to be with you today.
Well, it's so nice to have you. I love a Chicago girl. I know you're coming in from my hometown. So this is a sweet, sweet story, all the puns intended. And you like to tell stories through your chocolate. But before we get into that, let's talk about your personal story. In 2019, doctors told you to say goodbye to your husband after he got sepsis. Now, that didn't happen, and he is still here today, thank God. So how did his diagnosis change your path?
Well, it was obviously a huge shock, and for a moment I think I was a bit frozen in listening to the amount of negativity and negative forecasting of his destiny. At some moment I just broke from that, and I was like, nope, that's not going to happen. He's going to live. He's got this. I know who he is. And I just pushed and pushed and pushed. And I had some friends who were pretty progressive doctors who recommended protein C, which basically brought his blood pressure back up and gave him a shot to live. It was like this spirit came over me, and I became this renegade fighter, like a lot of entrepreneurs frankly have to be, go against the grain. And I got back to my essence. I got back to my intuition. I said, I'm going to create these chocolate collections that are for healing, that are for self-love, prosperity. And that's really what launched what is kind of now these really hot sellers that seem very relevant for where we are today.
Chocolate makes me happy, as it does a lot of people in a multitude of ways. But can you explain how yours can help give me prosperity?
It really starts with a clearing of the mind, breathing, and a visualization, and then a writing exercise. You write your wishes for prosperity as if they've already happened. And you start with, I'm winning at, you write that down, and then at the end, and it's better than I could ever imagine, exclamation point. And you place your chocolate right in the middle of those words, and you let it infuse that message.
Well, your chocolates have a long list of celebrity fans like Kelly Ripa, Bruce Springsteen, and Cameron Diaz. But which A-list celebrity would you like to see buy your chocolate, and why?
I love Florence Welch from Florence and the Machine.
Okay.
I love her fighter style and her authenticity, and going to her shows is like having a spiritual experience. So I love probably her.
We know that you manifest like no other. So now that we've put Florence out into the universe, you got to come back to us and let us know when Florence buys your chocolate for the machine. Okay, Katrina?
Okay, deal.
For those of you looking to try these amazing chocolates, visit Katrina's website, VosChocolate.com. Katrina, thank you so much for joining DBL. We'll be right back.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Welcome back to DBL. You see them all the time, sweepstakes or contests for a free brand new car. But if you win, should you keep it or take the cash instead? We're chatting about it in today's DBL Drive, sponsored by CarShield. So if you're lucky enough to win a new car, be prepared to give Uncle Sam his cut. Winners often pay 1/3 the amount of the new ride in taxes. This burden can be a nightmare, but if you don't want to deal with the hassle, opt for getting the cash value of the car instead. You still have to pay the same taxes, but at least you'll have the money up front. When it comes to your car, for peace of mind, get an auto protection plan with CarShield. CarShield protects their members from the high cost of auto repairs. Call 1-800-505-9619 for a free quote. You are just one of the luckiest people I know, right? Because you've had all these incredible experiences. Have you ever?
He's not even laughing.
Okay.
What happened?
What is wrong with you?
You know, I'm going to show you how old Sam is. There was kind of like a little noise, like a toot, I would say.
Is that what
Sam,
it was?
Yeah, and she just giggled about it.
There we go.
That's what it was, right?
Right.
Listen, Bayside,
I didn't
need y'all to get it together, okay?
Okay.
Get it together.
I'm sorry. Okay, you're really
Do you think it's one of the 50 beverages you've had in the show? Look how many beverages Sam has.
I have 3.
Would you just get done with the third quarter?
3.
Why?
I have a hot beverage, a green juice, and a water beverage.
Okay.
And
we're out of time, right?
Gosh, good one. Good one. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
disappearance almost 2 decades ago. Where could she be?
Every day, I think about her at least 100,000 times a day. I mean, she's part of me, and I'm not going to give up.
New clues in True Crime Chronicles. Plus, actress Leah Remini, her fight against Scientology, and the emotional moment she shared with Tori.
Thank you for saying that. Like, that is sweet. Like, it makes me get teary-eyed.
That's tomorrow, right here on DBL. Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Okay, so Uchi on Facebook says, Lurchi from the Addams Family.
Yes.
Got you. Okay.
Thank you.
Kathy says, I was short in a tall girl world, 1970, and there was no fat woman on TV. That's hard. Terry says, I know how Sam feels about the bra stuffing. However, I had the opposite problem. In 6th grade, I was 5'8", had a size 36B bra. Everyone thought I stuffed. I almost stood up in class to take off my top to disprove that rumor, but did not have enough guts. In regard to Liz.
I was like, I don't know if you can keep reading that. Look at Erica's face.
In regard to Liz Hurley, Dixie says my kids would kill me if I posted a pic like that of myself. I have no kids. I probably would. Some things need to stay private. And in regard to prank calls, Karen says we used to open up the phone book, dial any number that we found, and ask them if the refrigerator is running, then hang up. That's the one I used to do.
Oh, what year was that? The 40s? Like, is your refrigerator running? You should go catch it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What?
You still think that's a good one? I know you.
Yeah, I said I was really good at it. I didn't realize everybody else used that one.
Yeah, a little hacking.
No, it was that common.
Yes. The first comment we read, that was the first thing they said.
What?
That was the first thing they said. Clearly it's common.
Dude, what happened today?
I don't know, but I love
Have
it.
a wonderful day, Erica. DBL's new every day. We'll see you guys all tomorrow, same time, same place.
Hope.